Magandang umaga! Good morning mga katribo! Siyempre ako si Queen Kim Sancha, ang Marites Queen ng Lifestyle Entertainment ng Daily Tribune. Salubungin natin ang araw na ito sa pamamagitan ng Morning Habit.
Ising! Ako po ang Binibini, hailing from the beautiful province of Marinduque. Si Chinky Mangkukang po. Ngayon ay kasyam na ng Mayo, Martes. Happy Tuesday, mga katribo! And this is very special coverage. Bakit?
Gusto ko yung malaman.
Bakit?
Right.
This is a very special coverage dahil ito ang first ever Asian Innovation Forum.
Oh, wow.
Ano ba ang Asian Innovation Forum?
Correct. So, ano nga ba? Explain mo nga yan. My dearest Ate Chinky.
Dahil ito ay inaugural event at kauna-unahan, sabi nga, ay we gave everything today. At tayo ay punong-puno ng mga mahuhusay, the best guests and speakers we can find in the industry. Para ang ating mga katribong nagsisimula ng kanilang negosyo ay lalong mapalago. Ha? At umunlad pa. Tama?
That's very nice. So, aabangan ko dyan yung mga businesses so from different fields. So, I'm gonna listen to what they have to say and makakapanayin natin yung mga ibang participant kung ano yung ina-expect nila dyan sa forum na yan. Maya-maya lang yan.
Of course, we're dreaming and we have to dream big.
Right, of course.
At gusto na natin isipin that this is the largest technology and innovation gathering of the best thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators. Andito na lahat.
Lahat
Yan
na
ang
yan.
Pangarap.
Right. Walang masamang mangarap, libreng
Oo.
mangarap.
At
So,
halos
mangarap.
andyan na, abot kamay na. Look at our guests.
Yes. Nakikita ko sila dito pero mamaya po namin yan i-introduce. So, abangan nyo po yan maya-maya lang.
O, kasama dyan ang ating academy in the ASEAN region. At sa susunod pang mga buwan, at susunod pang forum, mas malaki, mas marami, at mas punong-puno.
Right. So, tama ka dyan, my dearest Ate Chinky. So, magbabalik ang Gising na pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Iba ng panahon, ang dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Untian mo bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga parties, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayan.
Mga katribo, welcome again sa first ever Asian Innovation Forum. Let's all stand for the Philippine National Anthem.
Let us put ourselves in the loving presence of God. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Loving God, from whom we receive wisdom, grace, and discernment, thank you for bringing us together for this important activity. Our event today, the Asian Innovation Forum, is the first ever gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs, and the academy, specifically to address regional gaps and challenges that we can help address through ideas and innovations that will ensure greater access and inclusion in the financial technology sector. Our work here today may, through your divine will, become an instrument for bettering the lives of our fellow Filipinos by improving small businesses, expanding opportunities, uplifting marginalized communities, generating new ways of doing things, and fostering greater interaction and cooperation among all of us with a committed stake in the well-being of our nation and people as well as the larger ASEAN region. As we undertake the first ever AIF, may we keep open minds and open hearts for new learnings and gainful outcomes. May we speak freely, truthfully, and listen to each other's thoughts and ideas with openness, generosity, and trust. May we hold on to the good faith that binds us as we engage with each other and seek the betterment of all. Bless us and guide us so that today's forum will be a most fruitful, enlightening time for all of us, and all done for the glory of your name. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Let's all be seated. Relax. Gising na ba kayo? Gising na. Ladies and gentlemen, many of us who attended today, who are here today, probably are wondering, gusto ko talagang matuto, diba? Pero you're wondering, ano nga ba talaga ang Asian Innovation Forum? Panoorin natin ito.
Our digital journey continues. We blaze the trail with innovative ideas, leading the way with the continued digitalization of Daily Tribune. Digitalization is one of the most effective ways businesses can take advantage of emerging technologies to update existing processes and strengthen their competitive footing. Digitalization is more than simply moving your business online or converting analog data to a digital format. It is about engaging not only your audience, but your partners as well. Welcome to the Asian Innovation Forum, the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs, and the academe in the ASEAN region. This event will look at the global challenges to which technology and innovations can provide solutions. In 2021, the ASEAN financial technology, fintech firms, raised nearly $3.5 billion in investments. More than $1 billion of that went to the Philippines. Manila was named by Startup Genome as one of the world's friendliest cities for fintech startups in 2019. According to the Department of Trade and Industry, SMEs in the Philippines contribute 35% to the country's GDP. They also account for 65% of employment and 99.6% of all businesses in the country. Our goals: 1 is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs, and the academe in the ASEAN region. And 2nd is to take on the regional challenges that can be solved by technology and innovations. Our purpose: 1 is to provide a venue for the Philippines and the ASEAN fintech space in addressing financial inequality in the region by ensuring equitable access to financial services to the most vulnerable sectors. And 2nd is to address the lingering issue of financial inclusion in the region. Daily Tribune has what it takes to make this happen.
Indeed, today is the beginning of the more extensive Asian Innovation Forum. Just wait and see. Okay, so sino ba ang ating mga tagapagsalita? Sino ba ang magbibigay sa atin ng mga kaalaman na kailangan natin upang mapalago pa ang ating negosyong nasimulan o upang magsimula ng isang bagong negosyo? Let me introduce to you, mga katribo, our team. Listo? Property Office of the Philippines. CEO of Angkas and 10 outstanding. Last but not least, Dr. David Hardun, Chief Data Artificial Intelligence. Mga katibon, malakas na palakpakan naman. Parang antok na antok pa tayo. Nakakap pa ba? Kala ko nakapagkape na. Aren't you truly blessed to have all these wonderful, intelligent resource speakers today? At syempre, kailangan malaman din natin, sino ba ang dream team sa likod ng Asian Innovation Forum? Let me please acknowledge the publisher and president of Daily Tribune, Mr. W. Fernandez. Our hardworking executive vice president, Miss Bettina Chingpi Fernandez. At syempre, ang kilala ng lahat. The Business Development and Marketing Director, Mr. Kofi Manalo. And our beautiful Managing Editor, Miss Dina Ventura. Isang ang palakpakan pa, parang wala akong masyadong naririnig. Yun. Gising na. And of course, to give us a welcome remarks, let's all welcome Miss Dina Ventura, the managing editor of Daily Tribune.
Thank you, Miss Chinky, the beautiful. Mr. Frederick Inson, Attorney Roel Barba, George Shoyeta, David Hardin, Miss Kim Lato, Miss Ida Tiongson, and of course, all our special guests today. It's my pleasure and honor to welcome all of you on behalf of our publisher and president, Mr. Willie Fernandez, and our executive president, Ms. Ching B. Executive Vice President, I'm sorry, Ms. Ching B. Fernandez, and all the officers, team leaders, and staff of Daily Tribune. I'd like to welcome all of you here today. So I am Dina Ventura, and we just want to say that this has been a very special activity for us. It's a first for the Daily Tribune to hold the Asian Innovation Forum. It's a little, it's very exciting. It's not a little exciting. It's very exciting for all of us because it's something big, and we've always wanted to offer our support to the small business owners of the Philippines. So thank you very much for taking time today to be here and join us in our forum. It's a very special occasion, as we keep on telling you, repeating, because it will culminate in a big festival sometime by the end of this year. So again, welcome everybody, and we hope that you will have a very enlightening morning with all our speakers and special guests. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The beautiful managing editor. Wala sila niyan. Daily Tribune lang meron yan. Okay, we're supposed to have 5. 5 dapat ang ating tagapagsalita ngayon. Pero ang isa sa kanila nagkaroon ng nag-beg off today kasi because of health reasons. So, sisimulan na natin. Di ba? Dapat wag na tayong without much ado, dapat start na. Okay, so mga katribo, nandito ang ating 4 na tagapagsalita at ang ating topics ngayong araw. Isa-isahin natin. Let's start with the founder and Chief Executive Officer of Angkas and leading ride-hailing service in the Philippines with over 30,000 lang naman na biker partners. Siya rin ay nahirang na 10 outstanding young man. Hindi ko na-memorize. 10 outstanding young men, awardee of 2020 Pandemic Badge, a passionate advocate and an innovative entrepreneur. He will discuss the role of logistics in managing supply chain, upscaling operations. Paano nga ba natin maaabot ang ating target na consumers? At ipapaliwanag at ibabahagi niya sa atin ang mga kaalaman niya at ang serbisyo na kayang ibigay ng Angkas. Let's welcome, mga katribo, si Mr. George Royeca.
Hello. Hello, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Thank you very much for inviting me in this wonderful innovation forum. I'm very, very honored to be a part of this forum. Ang dami kong nakikitang negosyante dito. My name is George Royeca. Taga-Angkas po ako. Isa pong maliit na kumpanya, a startup like you, MSME po tayo, na medyo nag-scale ng konti. Gusto ko magsimula with a story. About a few years ago, kasama ko po ang isang biker ko. And we were having a birthday sa bahay niya. Tuwang-tuwa kami, nagpa-party kami doon. And I could see that his house, piniyabang niya na nagpapagawa siya ng bahay. Medyo madumi, medyo magulo, pero alam mo pag nagawa yung bahay talagang ang ganda. Tapos, doon sa kabilang side naman, pinapakita niya sa akin, meron siyang itatayong parang motorsiklo na talyer. And I was very, very happy kasi itong tao na to, dati walang trabaho, ang alam lang niya paano magmotor, at ngayon, nakapagpagawa na siya ng bahay at magbubukas ng negosyo. Pero habang kami ay nagpa-party, no? Nag-ring yung phone ko, mga gabi na yun eh. Tapos pagbukas ko ng phone ko, sabi ko, nako, it's my lawyer. And promise ko sa inyo yan, ayaw nyo nakakuha ng tawag sa lawyer nyo ng gabi. So, it's never good. Yung nga, pagtawag niya sa akin, sabi niya, George, you have a problem. Sabi ko, ano yun? Ma'am, sabi niya, the Supreme Court just came out with a decision and there's an injunction against Angkas and you have to shut down operations. So, syempre, nakasmile pa rin ako, di ba? Kasi puro bikers nandun. Pero talagang bumaksak yung pakiramdam ko. And I had to hold my smile. And then I said, this is the second time around that we were getting shut down. I was like, oh my God. So anong gagawin natin? Diyos ko, meron pang mas tataas pa ba sa Supreme Court? Wala na, di ba? Sino ba presidente? Ano bang hagilapin natin? And at that time, I really felt like giving up, right? I really, really felt so down. Of course, I pretended everything was okay, and I went back home and I talked to my wife and I said, hey, is it time for us to pack up our bags and go back to Singapore, right? Or just do something else. But I think at the time of our lives, lahat tayo merong nararanasan ganitong klaseng pagsusubok na talagang ang bigat-bigat na ng ating mga problema at iniisip natin kung kaya pa nating tumuloy, kaya pa nating umunsad, right? And I am that tale right here. I am that story of perseverance. I am that story of resilience that I want to share with you. Because what happened the next day, gulat na gulat kami, was thousands and tens of thousands of people. I got a call the next day, and when I woke up, I said, hey, go to EDSA, sinabi sa akin. Tens and thousands, about 30,000 people rallied in EDSA. Our bikers going out for their cause, for our cause, to really push for the legalization of this industry. Puro po mga informal na sektor to. Right? And doon ko nakita, grabe, ang daming tao, ang daming support, yung commuters, they went on social media. And on that day, yung Save Angkas hashtag nag-trending globally. Imagine, napakaliit na brand. Nag-trending sa buong mundo, sa Twitter, sa social media. And, it was really a defining moment for us. And I realized that this was really too big to stop. This was really too big not to put attention to. Lumalaki yung pamilya, lumalaki yung mga taong naapektado. And we decided to press on because we knew that we were in the right side of things. No? And lo and behold, after 6 years, 4 shutdowns, and one of that shutdown by COVID-19, of course, lahat natin pinagdaanan yon. We have now 8 million downloads, over 30,000 biker partners, and we have a very, very friendly government and regulation who understands the importance of the informal sector. And now we're expanding all over the country. And you'll be seeing these job opportunities all over the place. Now, what I wanted to discuss with you is not really that story. I wanted to share that story with you. But what I wanted to discuss is, the power of what we call the MSMEs. Kayo po, 99.6% of all companies, ilang libong kumpanya, yung mga malalaking kumpanya, less than 1% lang po yan. Pero apart from the MSMEs, merong part po ng SME na tinatawag nating micro-entrepreneur. Right? Micro-entrepreneur. Bakit po napaka-importante nito? Because ang Pilipinas, we are surrounded by entrepreneurs. Na hindi siguro yung iniisip natin na Netflix o Facebook, 'di ba? Pero lahat po ng barbero, 'di ba? Lahat ng tricycle driver, lahat ng jeepney driver, lahat ng habal-habal, lahat ng masahista, lahat po yan, lahat ng karinderya owner, lahat ng sari-sari store, lahat po yan negosyante. Lahat po yan entrepreneur. And what we're trying to push here is very simple. Recognition. Right? How do we collaborate with the government? How do we collaborate with the regulators? And how do we collaborate within our community para ma-recognize? Hindi po namin inimbento ang habal-habal. Hindi po namin inimbento ang motorcycle taxi. Nandyan na po yan. Libo-libo at milyon-milyon po yan sa buong Pilipinas. Lahat po yan ng mga entrepreneur na sinasabi ko. Wala po yan papel galing sa gobyerno, pero lahat po yan nagbabayad ng buwis araw-araw. Sa bawat gasolina na binabayad nila, sa bawat punta nila sa grocery, punta nila sa pagbili ng pangkain, pagbili ng Jollibee o McDonald's, lahat po yan ay pumupunta sa ating buwis. These guys move, we move the country forward. Right? We are already doing it. Ang ginawa po namin sa Angkas ay hindi namin inimbento itong motorcycle taxi. Ginawa lang po namin formal ang informal. And because we were able to pool and recognize and acknowledge, and we became a liaison between the government and the private sector, yung mga negosyante po na yan, at nagkaroon po tayo ng empowerment. Right? Nagkaroon tayo ng empowerment just simply by recognizing that one, they exist. Right? And number two, that collective pool, that collective power of hard-working Filipino individuals that work every day just to take care of their family and putting very, very simple regulation created an entirely new industry. And this is something that we can do in every single informal sector. Maganda po yung FDIs natin, mga foreign direct investments, maganda po ang ating mga malalaking kumpanya na maraming empleyado. Pero I believe that we have a hidden gem with what we call the micro-entrepreneurs. Maski nga po sa ilalim ng MSMEs, walang mga papel sa gobyerno na kaya nating ipulong-pulong na maging isang economic powerhouse. And that is what I want to share with you guys. That is your power, right? That is something that we can do moving forward across multiple industries, from finance, remittance, sari-sari stores, e-commerce, retail, and so on and so forth. Ang technology po ay isang tool lang. Hindi po kami naging successful dahil gumawa kami ng ride-hailing app. Marami pong tao sa buong Pilipinas at sa buong mundo na gumawa po ng ride-hailing app. Inisip po namin sa umpisa yung macro, natutulungan namin mag-revolutionize ng motors, ng mobile, ng transportation industry, ng mobility. Pero hindi po kami nagtagumpay dahil doon. Nagtagumpay po kami, simple lang po. Dahil yung macro, ginawa naming micro. Naisip namin ano yung kapakanan ng isang individual, isang motorcycle owner. And there are 18 million motorcycle owners in the country. We only have 30,000. Ang haba pa ng ating trabaho. Because 30,000 motorcycles in our platform are all out of the poverty line. May solemn promise po akong hiningi sa aking mga angkas biker. Isa lang po, wag na wag po nyong ipapag-applyan yung anak nyo na maging angkas biker. Bakit? Kasi napapag-aral nyo na po. Pwede sila maging doktor, di ba? Maging abogado, maging ininyero, dahil po sa mga ginagawa ng kanilang tatay. Dahil po sa pagmomotorsiklo. And this is something that really made us successful because we built a community. We looked at the circumstance in the individual and we used technology to be able to uplift that lives. So remember, it's not about technology. It's about the human behind the technology. Kailangan po tingnan natin ano bang naibibigay at naidudulot ng ating teknolohiya, whether it's a bank, whether it's a sweepstakes, whether it's an e-commerce site, how do we use the technology to move forward and uplift that person's lives? And hopefully together as a community, we can rise from these ashes. And my dream, and I know this can happen, if we can do it to 30,000 motorcycle owners to get them out of the poverty line, why can't we do it for 18 million people? And if we can do it from 18 million people, I am very confident that with your help, with the government's help, with the whole of society approach, we can end poverty in our lifetime. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat si Mr. George Royeca. Ano bang natutunan natin sa kanyang sinabi? Diba, hindi natin dapat maliitin ang ating sarili at kakayahan. Huwag tayong mainggit sa malalaking korporasyon dahil tayo kaya natin. Ano lang sikreto? Sabi niya, diba? Pinagdaanan niya. Ano? Hard work, diba? Hard work, perseverance. Walang susuko. Dapat hindi sumuko. Kung kaya ni Mr. George Royeca, kaya din natin, di ba mga katribo? At higit sa lahat, mag-aral tayong gamitin ang teknolohiya na nasa ating harapan at palibot. Pag-aralan at gamitin. Huwag matakot, mag-aral. Tama? Okay, so, ang susunod nating tagapagsalita ay kilalang-kilala ng karamihang nandito. masasabi natin na siya ay isa sa tinatawag nilang assiduous. Yoy. Good leader in our country. The the Director General of Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines. He will be talking about and discussing with us linking e-commerce with innovation and competitiveness. Let's all welcome the Director General of IPOPhil, Attorney Ruel Barba.
Yes, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. It is an honor for me to be here this morning. Isang imbita lang po ni Mr. W. Yun po, nanginginig pa po tayong pumunta dito. So, malayo po yung bahay ko, dito lang sa tabi-tabi, kaya maaga po ako kanina. So, magandang umaga po ulit sa inyo lahat. At nagagalak po ako makita kayo. Punong-puno yung ballroom. So, dahil po yan sa Tribune. No? To our good friends from the Daily Tribune, one of the partners, mga importanteng partner po natin yan, of the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, o tinatawag po naming IPOPhil, I'm honored to be invited to speak at your inaugural Asian Investment Forum. And sa mga MSMEs po natin, mga micro, small, and medium enterprises present here today, I hope that this forum will be the first of many that will help you level up your business ventures through intellectual property and innovation. So nauna po sa akin nagsalita kanina si George. I hope naka-register yung angkas mo sa amin. Hindi pa approve. Hindi pa approve. Please don't forget to file your declaration of actual use. Yan naman nagiging problema namin. No? Nakakalimutan mag-file ng DAO on the 3rd and the 5th years. So, refile ulit yan. We do not grant any reconsideration. Next slide, please. Anyway, if there's one thing that the past years of living under COVID-19 has taught us, it's that for MSMEs to survive, you need to constantly innovate and adapt to new technologies. So ganun din po sa amin, nung nangyari po yung COVID in 2020, I was just 27 years in the office. So kabado-kabado po kami because IPOPhil is a self-sustaining agency. We do not get any single centavo from the national government. Kaya hindi po ninyo pwede sabihin sa amin na taxes namin yung taxes namin yung sinisweldo nyo eh. Hindi po applicable yun sa amin. Sapagkat lahat po ng kinikita namin, yun po ang ginagamit namin sa aming operations. Kaya po nung nagka-COVID noong 2020, takot na takot po kami. Sapagkat iniisip po namin saan kami kukuha. Diba? Nagagamitin namin pang operations. Pang sweldo ng tao, hindi mo naman pwedeng ihinto yung sweldo dahil sa COVID. At nandun din po yung pagbayad ng renta ng aming office. We requested for some reconsideration. Unfortunately, hindi tayo napagbigyan ng landlord natin. So according to a 2021 report by the UN Conference on Trade and Development, or tinatawag po nating UNCTAD, the lockdowns of the new normal, so many businesses and consumers go digital. So nakapag-pivot po tayo lahat at kami po sa IPOPhil. Ngayon po, from 2020 up to now, fully digital na po tayo. Online, we are available online 24/7. And I can proudly say that maybe we are the only government agency which is available online 24/7. Kaya nga sinabi ko dati kay Secretary Mon Lopez, Bika boss, kami lang siguro yung opisina na pwede nang hindi na pumasok. We can work from our homes 100%. At subukan po ninyo, available po yan sa aming website www.ipophil.gov.ph. Andun na rin po from application hanggang payment. Online po lahat yan. At patuloy pa rin po tayong tumitingin sa mga improvements na pwede pa po nating gawin. Unfortunately, yung mga nagiging problema po namin dahil digital, bibigay yung mga servers, nagkakaroon ng problema sa Wi-Fi or internet. So yan po yung mga nagiging problema natin ngayon. No? Next please. So I'm sure everyone has already seen or experienced the explosive spread of the digital economy in the Philippines thanks to the community quarantine lockdowns. In fact, sa report po ng Google Temasek, sinasabi niya na Philippine internet economy, of which e-commerce is a major part of, grew by US $7.5 billion in 2020. Dollars po yan, hindi po yan peso. No? At sa same report, it projected na the country's internet economy would grow by US $28 billion by 2025. Next slide. As many of you know, e-commerce can provide massive opportunities for businesses aside from reducing your capital and fixed expenses dahil po wala kayong binabayarang rent. Online merchants can also gain access to a large market through the internet and website platforms without being limited by store hours. So available din po 24/7 or the physical distance to customers. Next slide. So this large market isn't just limited to the domestic market but also to foreign markets. As such, e-commerce isn't just about breaking economic barriers sa ating po mga MSMEs but providing you access to markets across other borders as well. Next. With that in mind, in 2021, Amazon Cross-Border Economic E-Commerce Awareness and Perception Report noted that the Philippines has the highest percentage, or 70%, of domestic e-commerce sellers in ASEAN. This, according to the report, indicates a large potential of growth for local sellers in cross-border e-commerce. So kaya po, yung DTI po ngayon, they're promoting the use of digitalization, especially for MSMEs. For MSMEs to expand in the global market, not only do you have to be more competitive, but you also have to compete smarter. And of course, innovation is one of the key drivers of competitiveness. Ano po ba yung innovation, di ba? Yun po yung malimit natin tanongin, no? Sapagkat nakikita po natin sa ating specialist, the micros, kung meron po magsimula na isang tindahan dyan sa isang lugar, lahat po, tindahan na rin ang negosyo. So, instead na, di ba, mas lumalaki po ang competition, no? So, ang innovation po siguro, yung tindahan nyo, baka pwedeng dagdagan nyo ng value added, kung may libreng ganito, may or mas mahaba yung pagpautang. After all, innovation means creating better value for our customers to help you grow your business. This in turn allows your company to outperform yung mga kalaban po natin. Next slide. But you cannot talk about innovation without including intellectual property. On one hand, IP ensures that you are encouraged and incentivized to keep on innovating, inventing, and creating. Ito po ay nagbibigay po sa atin ng insentibo, no? Para po patuloy po tayong mag-create, mag-innovate, at mag-produce ng kung ano pa pong innovation na pwede nating ibenta sa merkado. This in turns, on the other hand, having IP assets in your company means adding higher value to your businesses. Sa mga malalaki pong, halimbawa po, yung mga Adidas, Nike, karamihan po naman dyan sa kanila, wala po yung mga planta. Nagpapagawa lang po ng mga sapatos. So kaya po yung market value ng company nila is nasa brands. Nandun sa pangalan. Di ba? So kaya po, importante na bago po kayo patuloy na magnegosyo, i-rehistro po ninyo ang inyong trademark sa amin. Mas relevant po kasi yung trademarks para po sa mga MSMEs. Yan po yung logo o pangalan ng inyong negosyo o serbisyo na binibigay sa publiko. So katulad po ng kay George, angkas. Yan. Angkas. Ilan yung... I'm sure wala kang motorsiklo, di ba? Wala. O, yan. Di ba nakita ninyo, angkas. Pero magkano na yung value ng kumpanya ni George? So, walang hard asset yun. Yun yung tinatawag nating intangible asset. At sa buong mundo ngayon, I think 1/3 of the world trade ay intangible assets na. No? So, next. So, in line with this, our office, the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, has been working not only to protect SMEs, IP rights, but also taking on an enabling role to help you develop your IP assets. Next. Example po niyan, meron po kami programa One for the World. Ito po yung tinatawag namin na program which enables MSMEs to protect your trademarks and be competitive in global markets under the Madrid Protocol. Yan po yung tinatawag naming International Filing System for Trademarks. Ito po Madrid Protocol, binibigyan po kayo ng authority. Pwede po kayo mag-file dito ng inyong trademark sa Pilipinas. Pero kung nais po ninyo pumunta halimbawa sa China, pwede rin nyo po rin identify yung China as one of yung territories na gusto ninyong irehistro. At ito pong programa na to, binibigyan po namin ng tulong ang qualified at malaki pong potential na makapag-abroad. Sa tulong na rin po yan ang pagkikipagtulungan po namin sa DTI, yung Foreign Trade Service nila, yung Export Marketing Bureau. And we provide free registrations and capacity building pa rin po. No? Mga technical to be provided, technical support to be provided by DTI, EMB, FTSC, and IPOFIL. Next. So we also have the IPD po. Ito naman yung tinatawag namin parang marketplace namin, which is an online shopping platform that serves both IP creators and IP users. This is a free marketing space to post and promote your IP assets on the site. So yan po, nakakabit na rin po yan. Aside from dito po sa aming website, nakakabit na rin po yan sa ASEAN. And hopefully, we'll be able to connect it with the WIPO, the World Intellectual Property Organization. So next. Patuloy rin po kami nagbibigay ng mga workshops and seminars that empowers IP stakeholders to protect their IP rights. So nakasimula po yata ng 2020, nung nag-declare po ng ECQ, we already had about 2,000 webinars. We pivoted. Dati po, nagiging malaking actually expense namin ay yung pagrenta po ng venue. No? But during the pandemic, we're able to pivot and use yung virtual. So next. IPOFIL has been collaborating, especially with our mother agency, no? Yung Department of Trade and Industry, to build an IP-friendly environment for SMEs through the Philippine e-commerce roadmap. So, the DTI is kind enough to provide us office space or table pa actually, in each of the regional offices, no? At yan din yung IPO field offices namin. They also provide assistance to MSMEs in the provinces. At in the whole government approach, siyempre po, importante rin yung enforcement, no? Sapagkat sa tingin po namin, importante ang IP rights kung kaya mong protektahan, di ba? Kung hindi naman, bakit ka pa magbibigay o bakit ka pa mag-a-apply, di ba? So, dito naman sa enforcement, kami po ay nakikipagtulungan sa 15-member agencies under the National Committee on Intellectual Property Rights, no? Chaired po yan ng DTI, Secretary, at tayo po dyan ang Vice Chair. Next slide. To summarize, it would greatly benefit our MSMEs to expand your markets in the post-pandemic era, and with the spread of digital economy, IP will greatly aid you in this venture, not only by making you more competitive, but also by raising the brand and value of your businesses. So yun lang po yung pinaka-advice ko sa inyo. Bago po kayo magbenta sa labas ng Pilipinas, bago po muna kayo magbenta dito po sa atin, I suggest i-rehistro po ninyo yung marka ninyo sa amin, pangalan, logo, para po hindi po kayo magaya ng iba. Pagkat yan po lagi sinasabi namin na it should be part of your business strategy. At kung lalabas po naman kayo ng Pilipinas, I suggest na i-rehistro din po ninyo sa bansa na pupuntahan ninyo. Lately, marami po tayo na benta ng durian, no? Sa isang bansa. Tapos after nila magbenta, na-realize nila, teka muna, kailangan pala namin i-rehistro yung aming brand, no? Baka mag-aya dun sa bansa na yon. Sapagkat po ang intellectual property ay territorial. Hindi po yan ibig sabihin na nakapag-rehistro na kayo sa Pilipinas, registered na rin kayo sa ibang bansa. Hindi. At ganun din po, kung registered sila sa ibang bansa, hindi automatic na registered dito sa Pilipinas. Except copyright. Yan po yung universal right, no? Copyright which exists. Yan po naman copyrights, yan po yung mga literary artistic works, no? Kanta, tula, libro, painting, photographs. Yan po ang copyright, no? Masalimuot po ang IP, ang intellectual property, pero kami po ay nandito para i-explain po sa inyo, lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga MSMEs. Yun lang po, maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, Attorney, Director General Attorney Ruel Barba. So mga katribo, nakarehistro na ba yung mga negosyo nyo? Totoo yan, ha? Anong inyong natutunan? Meron bang natutunan? Meron bang gustong mag-share kung anong natutunan nila so far sa mga sinabi sa atin ni Attorney Ruel Barba? Mukhang mahiyain mamaya, ha? O may dadagdag?
Hindi, dadagdag ko lang. Iba po ang business name ng DTI sa intellectual property. So, hindi po ibig sabihin na registered na po kayo sa DTI ng business name. Hindi po, iba po yun. So, I suggest po na kung meron na kayong business name, ituloy po ninyo sa registration po ng intellectual property. So, yan po yung nagkakaroon po ng duda. Karamihan dyan, no? Sabi nila, nakarehistro na kami. Sabi ko, iba po yung registration sa intellectual property. So ngayon po, kung hindi pa po kayo registered sa intellectual, yung pangalan ninyo, yung trademarks sa intellectual property of the Philippines, I suggest po na puntahan ninyo yung website namin ngayon. Pwede na po kayong magrehistro. Kasama na po doon yung application hanggang sa pagbayad. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Attorney, sa pagliliwanag, no? At hindi ibig sabihin, meron na tayong rehistro sa DTI, yun na yun. Kasi pag nagkataon at sikat na kayo, halimbawa, habon ni Lisa, tapos may gumaya, at sumikat yun kasi kilala na kayo, akala kayo rin yun. O, edi lugi kayo kasi mayroong gumamit na ng pangalan nyo, di ba? O, pag-uusapan pa natin yan maya-maya. Di ba? Hindi pa kayo naantok, ha? Gising na gising pa? Very good. So, our next guest speaker ay Chief Data and Artificial Intelligence Officer at Union Bank of the Philippines. He's also the Chief Executive Officer at Aboitiz Data Innovation and Chief Data and Innovation Officer at Aboitiz Group. Mga katribo, palakpakan natin si Dr. David Hardun.
I'm gonna go up. Good morning. Yes, I love hearing that. So first and foremost, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for inviting me here to the Asian Innovation Forum. And I just want to say this is exactly what needs to happen and more of, and I'm looking forward to it in terms of understanding possibilities, understanding how to drive innovation, seeing how to connect dots. This is how it begins. Because as mentioned by George, technology, the way forwards isn't really technology. And I come from the world of technology. It's easy. It's about people. It's about imaginations. So I was asked to come in and to talk about two topics, really, essentially AI and how it's revolutionized finance. And I thought I'd start with a tutorial. No, I'm kidding. What I wanted to do is I wanted to really break it down and just spend a few minutes. First, AI and finance and how it actually impacts everyone. And how can this go beyond to the world of SME, to actually world of corporate, or even the world of individual, and how AI helps that. So let me break it down. What is AI? I mean, I keep on people making fun of me saying, David, the reason you have to have a title of artificial intelligence is because you need the artificial part for your intelligence. But hey, all it is the ability, the extraordinary ability to organize information. And what do I mean by information? It's something that we deal with every day on a day-to-day basis. I mean, how many of you, look at your phone when you get a text message? That's information. You look at, in my case, Garmin, how many steps I've done. Very important. It reminds me every hour, 250 steps. Who's knocking on your door? Who's buying something? That's what I mean by information. That's what you need to think about when you think of information. All AI is, forget about all the sciencey stuff. It's that extraordinary ability to organize. It's the ability to understand of what's happening. Now, I'm not even start talking about the worlds of ChatGPT and the likes. I'll get to that a bit later. But remember this, that's what AI is. Now, how does that come in to industry? So let me talk about finance. What is finance? Actually, finance, and I'm sorry for saying this, but it's a bit boring. It is. It's essentially having the ability of custodianship of money or giving money, or lending on the other words. That's essentially the in and out. But how do you do it in a way that's more fluid in the world of regulation, compliance, when you have to give all those documents, right, when you want to get a loan? And when you say, I'm sorry, so I don't have this document. Well, so I don't get this loan? Well, but we have that information. So in the bank, we break it down to three things. How do we understand our customers better? How do we use information that you provide us to essentially know who is you? What is it that you need? When is it that you need it? Such as it's tailored, such as provides the ability to grow. That is essentially the possibilities and how to innovate. One of the amazing things that we've done, and we work with our partner company, UBX and CCAP, is essentially providing the ability for small, medium enterprises to get access to a loan when they don't have that traditional type of information, saying, well, just let us know essentially on your inventory, how you're buying stuff, how you're going on a different basis, how you're riding on motorbikes, or looking at things completely differently. It's about this term personalizing and hyper-personalization. It's knowing you individually without potentially having to have a relationship manager for every single person, because that is not a way to scale for the hundreds of millions of people that are in the Philippines. For this world of inclusion. So it's about personalization. It's knowing what kind of service you want. And as actually in the first presentation, I was thinking in my head, it's not just about getting, let's say, a rider. What if I know your patterns of behavior, the kind of motorbike you like, the when, the who, the what? I can even personalize the rider. That's the same perspective of finance. How do I make it something that you enjoy? That it's when you need it, where you need it, and how you need it. The second aspect of things is, and this is applicable for any organization, is how to be better in operations. How to make sure you can do more with less. And I don't know about you, but I like saving money. And then finally, extremely applicable to the world of finance, mitigating risk. All that compliance aspect, all the regulatory elements, how to make sure that that fiduciary responsibility is in place, preventing things. Now, I want to give you one example that I absolutely love of how dramatically it's changed. Think of the world of insurance. Once upon a time, insurance was, even if you go to them, you knock on the door and you say, I need insurance. They say, okay, sir, madam, what kind of insurance you need? This is the premium. And you forget about them until next year. Now, insurance company kind of realized, hey, we're being disrupted. We can't have this situation when everyone wants a notification, want to do TikTok on that, tweet on this thing, Facebook. Like, we can't have a world where our customers, when we engage them once a year, if at best, and especially in a heavy topic like insurance. Notice what they did. They said, well, we understand you. We understand your lifestyle. We're protecting your lifestyle. How many people have their phones, their Fitbits, all that? Notice what happened to insurance agencies using data, using AI. They became lifestyle companies. They're now suddenly telling you, I'm not just going to insure you. I'm going to tell you, hey, you need to do a few more steps. How about you do that? You do this, I'll give you a few pesos off. How about you ride your bicycle? Oh, these are the kind of fruits that will give you, et cetera, et cetera. They've fundamentally transformed the way of thinking using data. And that's what I was saying in the beginning. It's an extraordinary way of leveraging and accessing and using information. The only thing one is limited, and don't worry about the technology, on the technical stuff and all that, it's being commoditized, and being made so accessible. The world of ChatGPT and others. Anyone can suddenly become a travel agent. Anyone can start organizing elements. Anyone can become a coder. Anyone can do anything because it's powered by these capabilities. Anyone, whether you're a one-person company or a much larger one. So if an insurance agency can transform itself, existing organizations can transform themselves, and you can create new type of business ventures. So that's finance. That's how data, that's how AI has been supporting it. That's how it's been driving it, and it's how it's been revolutionizing it. Not revolutioned in the past tense, revolutionizing. Because in every day, we're challenging ourselves as, how can we be better for you? Because in the end of the day, finance, like I said, it's the boring stuff in the back end. It's making sure that you can do the business. You can get things going from one point to another. And those possibilities of data, using that information, using how things are better positioned for you, is in achieving that. So, AI isn't the revolution. Technology isn't the revolution. It's exciting, and like I said, I'm holding myself back and being the geek because I am a geek in every way whatsoever. It's exciting, everyone is saying that AI isn't the revolution. Data isn't the revolution. Yes, it's exciting. It's wonderful. It's happening. But it's the tool for businesses, for organizations, for MSMEs, for everyone to revolutionize, to realize that you can suddenly do things that you've never been able to do before. And you're like, why not? I want to do this. And this is why these kind of forums, these kind of conversations, these kind of coming together are so important. Because you're like, hey, David, I've always wanted to be able to do this. Or when I go into a bank, I wish I would have this service. Or I would like to have, from a writing, and they said, well, actually, hey, we can do it. There is a possibility. I don't know if any of you have used, but my wife did. She's going away on a trip, and literally she went online, rather than going to a travel agent, because she was too busy, and said, can you organize for me a travel itinerary to this country for this city with 5 kids, because I've got 5 kids. And like that. It was like, well, you might be interested in this stuff. And it was relevant. It was like, yeah, I am interested in that stuff. How did you know? Well, there you go. That's where I want to leave you with. It's your imagination. Compliance, policy, registering IP, don't worry, we'll do that. It will come along. A lot of times we'll push the boundaries. We're like, hey, we want to do something new. It's like, oh, but policies, don't worry. They'll come along. It will change. But I want to challenge you in one thing is, imagine. It's not artificial intelligence. It's augmented intelligence. It's helping us achieving more, being more, and realizing possibilities in bringing this great nation forward and elevating everyone along the way. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. David Hardun. Amazing, no? Imagine mo, nung pinanganak kayo, siguro 20 years ago, mga 20 years old pa lang naman kayo, di ba? Have you ever imagined na kakaroon tayo ng artificial intelligence? Di ba? Amazing, and that will make our lives even better and more comfortable. Hopefully, sa susunod pang ilang taon, alam na natin kung paano tayo matutulungan itong artificial intelligence na sinasabing ito. Okay, pag-uusapan pa natin yan maya-maya lang. Patuloy lang tayo. Last but not the least, pinahuli ko talaga siya. Kasi marami siyang ikikwento sa atin. Our speaker, dapat talaga ay ang ating bisita ay si Honorable Robles kasi nga siya ay nauna nating naimbitahan. Kaya lang meron daw na isang engagement outside the country. Ewan ko kung tama yung aking nabalitaan. Yung aking naging marites, no? And we are so lucky na pinagbigyan tayo ni Mr. Frederick Imson ng PCSO, Market Specialist and Product and Standard Development in Product and Standard Development Department. Mga katribo, palakpakan natin si Mr. Frederick Imson, sir.
Maraming salamat, Ma'am Chinky. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure for me to be here to be representing our GM, Mel Robles. Sayang lang he wasn't able to be here and meet you all. Napakaganda ho nitong umaga nito because I'm seeing all these wonderful people here. Kumain na ho kayo? Pareho tayo. So, okay lang, magkakasama tayo dyan. Okay, let me just go to the back of the room because gusto ko makilala kung sino dito ang naglalaro ng loto. Bakit natawa kayo? Meron ba dito sa first row? Wala. Okay, sige, just raise your hands kung sino ang naglalaro. Sige po, wag ko kayo mahiya. Don't be shy, come on. Ma'am, anong nilalaro mong game?
Yung pag malaki lang po yung yung jackpot. Oo.
Hindi, okay lang yun. Thank you. Sir?
Lotto agent po ako eh.
Ayun, very good. Thank you. Saan po ang outlet nyo?
Isa po sa Parañaque, isa sa Muntinlupa.
Wow, dalawa yung outlet ni sir. Thank you. So, naglalaro din kayo? Definitely. Thank you, sir. Sino pa ho dito ang naglalaro ng loto?
AC2 at saka sa 645. 645, 550.
Dito po.
642, 640. Yeah po.
Okay, tinatanong ako bakit daw ayaw manalo si Mami. Sasabihin ko sa inyo kung bakit mamaya. Anyway, okay. Sino pa dyan sa likod? Meron na bang nanalo? Dito sa mga nandito, may nanalo na ho sa inyo? 3 numbers, ganon. 3 numbers, 2 numbers, balik taya. Meron na ba? Balik taya, kadalasan. Sino yung naglalaro dito? Si Mami. Bigabi kayo naglalaro. Anong nilalaro nyo? Okay. So, sa lahat po nung naglalaro, si Ma'am nanalo na?
1997 po, 39 million.
Wow! Yung sister ni Ma'am, 37 million. 39 back in 1997. So divided by 3. Okay, if you don't mind, kumusta po yung sister niyo ngayon?
Okay naman po, may mga business po.
Ganda. What a very nice example po yung sister ni Ma'am. Anyway, dun ho sa mga naglalaro ng loto, please give yourselves a big round of applause. Palakpakan niyo po yung sarili niyo. Alam po ninyo kung bakit? Dahil ho sa inyo, ang PCSO on the average, every week, nakakapagbigay po ng 10 million pesos worth of assistance doon sa mga kababayan natin na nangangailangan ng medical help. 10 million pesos. Hindi ho madali humanap ng 10 million pesos para magpagamot. Hindi ho ba? So kayo yung tumutulong doon sa mga kababayan natin. So si Mami nagtanong, bakit hindi ka pa nananalo, ma'am? Maybe financially hindi pa ho kayo nananalo. Pero alam nyo dun ho sa mga natulungan nyo, panalong-panalo ho kayo. So maraming salamat ho. Binilin po ni GM na kailangan magpasalamat tayo dun sa ating mga players. So maraming salamat. Plus, gusto kong imbitahin. Yung mga hindi naglalaro ng loto, sino yon? Raise your hands. O kasi yung mga naglalaro around 1/4 of the room, so gusto ko makita yung 75% ng room. Raise your hands yung mga hindi ho naglalaro. Okay. Si attorney hindi pa nag-try. Okay, alam nyo ho, yung mga players ho natin ng loto, 70 to 80% po nila naglalaro because gusto ho nilang yumaman, manalo ng instant cash. Normal yan. Normal naman ho yan eh. Okay? Pero meron tayong 20% na nakakatuwa kasi naglalaro sila ng loto dahil pag nanalo sila, ipapangtulong daw nila yung portion ng kanilang mapapanalunan. So sana po, dun sa mga hindi pa naglalaro, kung susubok ko kayo, it will only take 20 pesos to win millions and probably change your lives. Kamukha po nung sa kapatid ni ma'am. 1997 was the first year that Lotto was introduced in the Philippines. So, napakaswerte ng sister ni ma'am to be one of the 3 winners dun sa 39 million pesos. So, divided by 3, wala pang tax nun because before, ang nag-shoulder po ng taxes, si PCSO. So, maganda yon. 39 divided by 3, that's 13. 13 million each. At naalagaan po ni ma'am yung kanyang prizes, yung kanyang premyo up to now. I think may businesses pa, sabi ni ma'am. So, doon sa mga hindi naglalaro, if hindi ho kayo interested maging milyonaryo, interesado ba kayo? Hindi. It's normal na syempre gusto lang natin manalo. Okay lang ho yun. Pero in the process of buying 120 peso ticket or maybe 110 peso ticket, ang dami ho natin natutulungan. And in the future, we will make the lotto tickets more accessible dahil this year, nag-embark po ang PCSO into digitalization. We were actually online since 1997, but now ho, nag-i-evolve tayo into digitalization. So, within the year, maaari na ho kayong bumili ng tickets via phone app. Hopefully, within the year. Gusto ko matanong si Mami dito eh. Mami, nag-Facebook ba kayo? Do you do Facebook po? Do you have a Facebook account?
Yes po.
Okay. Ganyan ang mami ko. Si ma'am is an example of someone who is evolving. Kasi other people, hindi nila tinatanggap ang change brought about by technology. But si mami, in-embrace niya. Siguro mas madalas pa kayo mag-Facebook kaysa sa akin. TikTok. Anyway, maraming salamat. So in this coming year, yun nga po, we will make it easier for everyone to play or buy a ticket. And you are buying the tickets not only because you want to become winners, but please bear in mind, marami tayong kababayan who are still in the poverty line or below the poverty line. So let's pay it forward. Let's help them with 20 pesos. And in the process, we are helping ourselves, the entire Philippines. Maraming salamat po.
Pwede po bang, Kim, yung isa nating katribo ay may question daw kay Mr. Imson. Pwede po bang tumayo yung may question kay Mr. Imson?
Mic test. Okay.
Morning po. Ako po si Lisa Floriginaldo. Ang itatanong ko lang po, meron po bang programa ang PCSO sa mga nanalo?
Magandang question ho yan. Is that, yun po yung question nyo or may kasunod po?
Wala na po, sir.
Okay, Ma'am Liza, ganito ho, ano. Since kami po yung nagpapalaro at sa amin nanggagaling yung premyo, parang hindi ho magandang tingnan na kami po ay magsasabi kung paano nyo gagamitin yung pera. Kasi ho, hindi ho ba, government, sa amin na nanggaling. Kasi parang magkaroon ng ng mali siya. Hindi natin maalis yon sa ating bansa. Ganun tayo eh. Pero hopefully, magkaroon ho tayo ng mga financial planners na makatulong or magkaroon ng accredited siguro si PCSO na walang influence, walang bahid ng kahit na anong mali siya. Kasi marami ho doon sa mga winners natin, in a few years, sadly, hindi nila naaalagaan. Pero natuwa nga ako doon sa kapatid ni Ma'am. Hanggang ngayon, from 1997, na-enjoy pa niya. So siguro, naitanong nyo yan, dahil nanalo na kayo, ayaw nyo lang aminin. Feeling nyo, mananalo na kayo.
Sana po.
Hindi, pero ganun nga po, iniiwasan lang po ni PCSO na ma-involve dun sa mga, alam nyo na, yung malis na, ay, si PCSO nagsabi, diyan mo raw ilagay, ganyan, baka merong yan. Alam nyo na, di ba? But we welcome the idea kasi nga gusto namin yung mga nananalo, naaalagaan po yung kanilang mga napanalunan. Marami ho kasi din tayong kababayan na nanalo. Within a year, 2 years, ubos ho eh. So sayang because it's a chance of a lifetime to win millions. Okay po ba?
Okay, salamat po.
Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Lisa.
Thank you very much, Miss Lisa. At maraming pong salamat, Sir Imson. Nakapakalaking yan, ano? Ngayon pala yun, dapat hindi talaga pala sila pwedeng mag-advise sa iyo talaga kung paano kasi parang hindi maganda. But pagpapatuloy natin ang ating balitaktakan. May we call on our guest speakers sa stage para sa ating photo op. Meron tayong souvenir. At syempre, pwede bang maimbitahan natin ang ating publisher and President Mr. W. or Willie Fernandez na samahan ng ating mga guest speakers. Please. At ganun din po ang ating managing editor na si Miss Dina. Pwede bang samahan na natin na Miss EVP, ang ating EVP na si Chingby Fernandez? po bang imbitahan ng ating mga guest speakers na umupo para sa ating susunod na moderated discussion? Oh. Pero mga katribo, alam nyo, kanina pa ako naghahanap ng aking isang co-host, parang nawawala eh. Kanina ko pa, wala eh. Diba yung mga nanonood ng gising na, 3 kami? Diba? O, 3. Eh, nawawala yung isa. Nasaan kaya?
I'm here. Nandito ang aking alindugad kagandahan.
Ayun ang ating Marites Queen, si Kimi.
Yeah, magmamaritas ako in a while.
Pero may isang nawawala. 3 kami eh. Nasaan ba yung Comfy na yan? Comfy, hello! Where are you?
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders.
Katulad ng barko at eroplano. Pero pagdating dun po sa city, syudad o municipality, yung last mile service. So marami na po tayong mga produkto na yun. And napaka-exciting po ng time natin ngayon sa lahat ng mga negosyante because marami kayong pwedeng pagpilian ng mga logistics provider. And I think it's very important kasi yung gamit nyo talaga nakakarating dun sa mga binibentahan nyo ng mas lalong madaling panahon at mas lalong madaling paraan. So very, very important po yan for small and micro businesses. And I think wala na po tayong rason na hindi simulan na ating negosyo. Wala tayong kailangan pag-aralan. Pumunta lang po kayo sa YouTube. Lahat po ng impormasyon is in your fingertips. Katulad po na sinabi ni our doctor for artificial intelligence. We have ChatGPT also. So marami pong impormasyon na naka-organize doon na pwede po kayong tulungan. Libre po yan. So talagang we are, at this stage we're in, we can really move forward today. Kaya imahinasyon lang talaga po ang nagkukulang sa atin at yung ating inertia na umunsad. So gawin na po natin ngayon. Wala na po tayong rason. Salamat.
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering.
Kami po we're trying to build an ecosystem doon sa tinatawag po nating informal na sektor na nakatutok po sa nagmomotorsiklo. So marami pong mga pwedeng gawin dyan because what we do is really transport anything from A to B. Medyo tao yan, pera man yan, goods man yan, parcel, delivery, pagkain o kung ano man. Pero dito po sa ecosystem na po to, marami pong pangangailangan na pangnegosyo ang nagmamayari ng motor. Meron po yung motorcycle loans, di ba? Meron po yung mga business loans, meron po yung periodic maintenance system, may insurance po yan. So ito pong ecosystem, talagang mabibigay natin yung serbisyo para sa inyo, no? Makakamit natin itong serbisyo na to para pagtulong sa negosyo. Ang focus po namin dito is yung mga may-ari ng motorsiklo na gustong magnegosyo. So this is Motorcycle for Business. Hindi po para sa pampubliko na gusto lang bumili ng motorsiklo para sa personal, pero gusto pong gamitin yung motorsiklo para sa negosyo nila. Marami po yan. Mayroon po tayong mga Lalamove, may mga Grab, kung ano-ano pong iba't ibang mga plataforma na pwede nating pagkakitaan. So, unang-una po yan, alam niyo naman po to, marami. Sino dito may mga motor o may pamilyang nakamotor? Raise your hands. O, ang dami din, no? So, yun, pwede niyong gawing negosyo yan ngayon. At marami na pong pwedeng tumulong sa inyo sa pag-uunsad ng negosyo na yan. So, please, again, all you have to do, go to the Angkas website or Angkas Facebook, become an Angkas biker, and you will have a host of these products and services available for you through our partners. Kami naman po, lagi kami nagpa-partner, hindi namin yung ginagawa mag-isa. Kasi dito po sa time ng technology, it empowers a lot of different businesses, and you can really create that ecosystem through different partnerships. So you don't have to do everything yourself. No? You can partner with the brightest and best people out there so that you can really offer good services to everyone. So I look forward to some of you guys becoming an Angkas biker. Kung hindi man, then maybe you can check it out for the other needs that you have, like insurance and whatnot. Maraming salamat po.
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology.
Fulfillment nyo. So, kung meron kayong kailangan padala na tao, meron kayong negosyo ng masahista, meron kayong negosyo ng mga medtech na pumupunta sa laboratorio for home convenience, kami po yung pwede magdala ng mga personnel nyo dun sa mga bahay. So, for convenience. Ganon din po sa inyong mga produkto. So, like for example, right now, meron po kaming Mother's Day special. Pumunta po kami sa Dangwa. At lahat po ng mga merchants po dun sa Dangwa, lahat ng mga nagbebenta ng bulaklak na sa platform po namin just for the Mother's Day special. So doon po pwede kayo mag-order tapos ang magpo-fulfill po nyo ang Angkas Biker. So kami naman po, basta may kailangan kayong iparating mula A hanggang B, nandito po kami nagsiservisyo para sa inyo. So hopefully, anyayahan ko kayo sa aming plataforma para sabay-sabay po tayong umasenso sa Pilipinas. Salamat po.
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders.
Okay. Ganito lang po yan. Kasi ang PCSO, we will not function without innovation. Ibig sabihin, wala hong PCSO kung hindi ho tayo naging online. So, noong na-create ho si PCSO 88 years ago, hindi pa online yan. It was basically just selling physical tickets, yung mga sweepstakes tickets. But then, come 1995, 1997, nagkaroon tayo ng innovation. We went online, and the rest is, as they say, history. From 1995, napakarami na pong natulungan ni PCSO. Mas madali. Dahil our branch offices nationwide, may communication na. Easy coordination. Lahat po ng branch offices namin nalalapitan po ng ating mga kababayan. They don't have to come over to Manila to ask or to request for assistance. Doon na lang ho sila sa ating mga branch offices. So napakadali for our kababayans to request for assistance. And yun nga po, in the future, we will further evolve into e-gaming para mas madali po yung ating pagbili ng tickets. We are also targeting yung mga kababayan po natin na nasa abroad who want to take part in, kamukha ho niyan yung ating jackpot prizes. I-promote ko lang ho. Tonight, ang games ho natin is Lotto 642. Napakaliit ho na naghihintay na jackpot prize sa player, 40 million lang. Malito ba? Parang bariwala, ano? Anyway, sa 649, tonight din ho yan, 15.8 million pesos. Lumiit. Pero, sino may 15.8 right now? Makukuha nyo yan for 20 pesos. There's a possibility. And yung ating Ultra Lotto, 658, mamaya din ho yan. Mas maliit ho sa 40 million. 110 million pesos ho. So, pwede naman ho bumili ng more than one ticket if you want more chances. Hindi rin masama yan. Kasi the more tickets you buy, the more chances you have, the more people you are able to help. Talagang kaakibat ho yung tulong eh. Pero syempre, nandun yung ating interest to earn instant money. Hindi ho ba? Eh syempre, yung instant money na yan, gagamitin nyo naman sa negosyo. Definitely, di ba? So, medyo connected to. And, ituloy ko na ho yung promotion. Tomorrow ho sa ating Mega Lotto 645, ang jackpot prize. Last night po kasi, hindi natamaan yung 196 million. Close to 200 million. Dikit na dikit. So, tomorrow ho ang next draw nun, for sure, lalampas ho ng 200 million yon. So, reminder lang ho yan. So, doon sa mga hindi pa ho nagtatry, this might be the chance. Or, yeah, ito na ho yung oras. Subukan nyo po. Nakatulong na kayo, may chance pa kayo. So, going back to the question of how PCSO is embracing innovation, yun nga po, we will make it easier for our kababayans to play and in the same time, help our kababayans. Yes, Sir Comfy.
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest.
Financial literacy is knowing how to take care of the money you won. Yun yung from our perspective, yung financial literacy. Ngayon, ang market po ni PCSO is nag-focus sa ating mga kababayan who are not from middle class down. Okay? So, dyan sa middle class, pababa, kakaunti po yung financially literate or yung may pagkakaalam or alam nila kung paano nilang aalagaan po yung kanila na padalunan. So, dun po sa mga hindi conscious dun sa kahalagahan ng pagkakataon nila to win the jackpot, the tendency is for them to lose everything in just a few years. So yun nga po, yung kanina, hindi namin suggest directly dun sa mga nanalo, spend your money this way, invest in here. Hindi pwede from the PCSO eh. So it would be good, sabi nga ni attorney, to register with DTI. Tama po ba? Yes. Yeah, that's a very good suggestion, attorney. So ganun nga po, yung para maiwasan, so we can avoid people winning millions and avoid them losing the millions in just a few months or maybe a couple of years. Sir Comfy.
Maraming salamat.
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators.
Maraming salamat sa tanong na yun. Na-explain ko po kanina na importante talaga yung intellectual property registrations ninyo. Bago kayo pumalaot sa ibang bansa at ganoon na rin po sa pagsimula ng negosyo dito sa Pilipinas. So I suggest na bago kayo talagang magbenta, i-register po muna ninyo sa intellectual property yung trademark o logo po ninyo. Dahil pag sumikat na po kayo at makuha ng iba, sorry na lang po kayo. 'Di ba? Sayang yung investment ninyo sa pera, pagod, oras, 'di ba? So kasi po dito sa atin sa Pilipinas, first to file. So kahit matagal na po ninyong ginagamit yan, pero nauna kayo mag-file ng iba, sila po ang may karapatan dun sa trademark o logo na yan. So, importante po na pangalagaan ninyo at protektahan ang inyo pong intellectual property bago po lumaki ang negosyo ninyo.
Okay. Maraming salamat.
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders.
Po nga yan, no? Dahil nga po, bago po, yung sinabi ko nga kanina, bago po kayo, importante po na protektahan ninyo ang inyong intellectual property rights, no? Sapagkat ito po nagbibigay sa inyo ng unang-una, insentibo po yan para po kumita kayo. Kayo lang po, ang ibig po sabihin nun, pag rehistrado po kayo, kayo lang po ang may karapatan na magbenta ng produkto na yun na may pangalan o logo na halimbawa McDonald's, Jollibee. Yan. Pangalawa, ito rin po yung nagbibigay sa inyo ng karapatan na kung may manggaya na iba na kumpanya o yan. So, pangatlo, ito po din yung nagbibigay sa inyo na pwede po ninyo itong ibenta o i-commercialize na tinatawag po namin at pagkitaan po yung produkto ninyo na yon. Pwede po ninyong i-license din. Yan po yung sa mga franchising, no, na tinatawag po natin. At nandito po sa atin ngayon ang first, I think, Filipino na Kim Store. Di ba? Bago nagkaroon ng Lazada, Shopee, nandyan na si Miss Kim. So, malaking bagay po sa atin yan sapagkat nung nasa DTI pa po kami, yan po talaga yung binibigyan natin ng importansya ang ating po mga MSME at mga homegrown companies.
Thank you very much.
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators.
No, thank you. I think that's a great question. And actually, I'll push back a bit. Do they have a mobile phone? Do you have Facebook?
Yep.
Do you use Twitter? Or maybe not Twitter. What is it? TikTok. You have a digital footprint. So financial institutions, and we're doing it, and we're encouraging all financial institutions, especially in the country, to do this as well, is to start thinking differently. It's going beyond the traditional of like, show me your bank statement, or have you done this, or have you done... No, it's saying, okay, in the end of the day is how do we empower you? You're running a business, you want to grow a business, how do we join hand in hand in becoming your partners in facilitating that? There's a combination of trust, but it's data. So maybe it's a case whereby we start using the available digital information. But then as part of that process saying, okay, you have inventory. Can we digitalize that? First step, maybe just use Excel. Maybe actually you're already using Excel. That's already digital. Maybe actually we can provide you a shared service platform where you can use it in terms of managing inventory. Maybe from a delivery perspective, they can help here. That's digital. So I would actually say there's far more digital information. There's far more accessible information than we actually realize. Is it perfect? No, hell no. Is it, at the stage that we want to be in? Absolutely not. But it's available. And now the burden is on us, and I say us as a financial institution, organizations, to start thinking differently and doing things differently in providing you those services. And actually something is, I would actually push and say, you should start demanding it. You should start saying, well, hold on a second. I am running a business. I am having customers. I am having possibilities. Why can I get a loan? And I can say, since everyone's been promoting, I was like, go to CCAP. you can get a loan.
We've been
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists.
The way I kind of really like it is it's introduced in the way that we don't even notice. Like, for example, I'm learning, I'm picking it up slowly. Tagalog, I don't speak it. The AI that I use is it actually translates it on the fly. As people are talking, it's like picking up this thing in English. That's AI. When you use predictive texting, and it just writes it for you, and you're like, oh great, yeah, that's what I want. That's AI. When it gives you a recommendation of like, oh, here's the nearest writer, that's AI. So actually, we think of AI as this Star Trek or science fiction element, but gentlemen, ladies, we're using it today, right now. Now, obviously, yes, with ChatGPT, it's become a bit more visceral, it's become a bit more exciting, it's been a bit more, sexy to some extent. But we're using it on an ongoing basis. If anything, what we need to do is do it more in supporting and augmenting us. I mean, heck, sometimes for me, when I go to karaoke, it gives me recommendations because it already knows what kind of songs I like. It's like, oh, David, you haven't sung this song, but you might like that. That's AI. It's really, really, really simple things. And that's why I keep on mentioning to people. It's about how to take already existing information, how to take elements, and support us in our day-to-day. Even that aspect, the example I gave earlier in the introduction aspects of insurance, or providing recommendations of how to live a healthier life. That's actually AI helping in providing that information. So whether it's in your business, whether it's in your personal aspects, whether it's in terms of travel recommendations, whether it's in terms of just texting friends or getting those recommendations of which TikToks you want to look at, all of those things are actually driven by AI. And again, I won't call it artificial intelligence. It's augmented intelligence because we already have the intelligence. We just sometimes need a bit of extra help.
Thank you.
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation.
I'm trying to stop myself from going all geeky here, but I want to start in terms of security, and actually, that's one of the reasons IP actually becomes really important. That is actually one level of security. And the early question as to why you want to register, that's what I initially thought. It's security. It's security for me. So that's one layer. The second one is data is data. Whether it is your need in terms of a loan, or whether in terms of a writing, whether in terms of your grocery, that doesn't matter. And that's the same thing in terms of security. While we usually talk about in terms of how to provide accessibility to money, accessibility lending, we are using those exact same techniques, exact same capabilities in the back end to create what I like to call personalization of security. For example, the way I use my card or the way I draw money out. There's a pattern to me. And when suddenly that pattern is broken, it doesn't look like David. That's AI is helping the bank in saying to protect you as a customer, saying, hold on a second, we've seen an activity, doesn't quite look like you. Is this really you? So this is where we need to also apply these kind of capabilities to provide security, to provide defense. And it is being done, but more needs to be done. It's just usually not spoken about that much. And also for the realization for the people that it works in all ways. Personalization is personalization in services, and it's personalization in protection, and personalizations in defense. That's the purpose, that's the objective of using technology, that's the objective of using innovation to really provide a safe, secure, governed environment that we can do more in. We don't want to do more with less security, we want to do more with the same as or even more security effectively. So that's how you apply it, and that's how it's actually being already applied today.
Okay, thank you very much.
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists.
Kawalan. Sandali lang ho. Mga katribo! Bago ang lahat, I just would like to acknowledge ang pagdating ng ating First Lady, ang First Lady ng City ng Muntinlupa. Walang iba, mga katribo, kundi si Miss Catherine Mary Biazon. O kilala na natin ang tawag natin si Mayora Trina, no? Magandang umaga po and welcome sa kauna-unahang Asian Innovation Forum. At siya rin ang ating head ng Gender and Development ng Muntinlupa. Pero babalik tayo dyan. Balikan muna natin ang ating mga magagaling na guest speakers. Ang gagaling talaga. Nakanganga ako habang nakikinig sa kanila. Naalala ko na, naramdaman ko na lang, nakanganga pala ako. Meron ba kayong mga katanungan? Meron ba kayong gustong i-share na natutunan ninyo? Mga katanungan? Andyan si Kim Sancha para kayo'y alalayan. Meron bang katanungan sa ating mga guest speakers bago tayo pumunta sa ating ikalawang bahagi ng ating forum?
Teka muna, bago muna ako ibigay yung mic sa kanya, Dr. Imson, Mr. Imson, hindi po ako tumataya sa loto. Baka naman po pwede niyo pong ibigay yung winning combination. Kasi po, meron po akong bibigiling bagelya. Alam po yan ang Dear Ate Chinky ko. Meron po akong bibiling bagelya. Please naman po, ibigay niyo na po yung combination. Please! Joke lang po. Ayun lang po.
Sir, hindi po ako magko-question. Actually, magpapasalamat lang ako sa PCSO. Kasi cancer survival ako twice. Dahil sa tulong ng PCSO na nakatapos ako ng cycle ko ng chemo. And thank you very much.
Pwede po bang malaman yung pangalan nyo?
Cristina Constantino. At ang naitulong sa akin ng PCSO ay 120,000 para sa aking chemo.
Ayan, palakpakan naman natin siya, di ba? O ayan, natulungan ng PCSO at gumaling. So take care and stay healthy and happy.
Maraming salamat sa PCSO. Kaya taya na kayo, ang daming natutulungan. Hindi man kayo manalo, nakatulong naman kayo.
Meron pa po ba gustong magtanong? Oh, dito may magtatanong. Wait lang, ate. Po.
Good morning. Wendell Donyo from CS under Munti. Magpapasalamat lang po ako sa Union Bank kasi ang company po namin or enterprise ay sumibol po during pandemic. And only Union Bank ang isa sa mga na bangko na pwedeng magkaroon ng transaction sa mga individual, sa mga clients na hindi kailangan ng kasi sa mga bangko po, 'di ba, pag mga bank transaction, yung mga kailangan pag required amount ng kumbaga 5,000, 10,000 time 2020. So aside from GCash, sa mga transaction namin, only Union Bank ang naging parang isa sa mga portal namin para pumasok yung mga transaction namin na nagkaroon kami ng sarili ng transaction without we can open an account without initial balance or initial deposit. And yun po, nagpapasalamat po kami. And since naman nung time ng pandemic, and we know na isa sa mga requirements ng mga bangko na parang naging less yung hassle-free sa mga micro-entrepreneur na tulad namin. Kasi usually, ang mga bangko, sir, is humihingi pa sila ng mga requirements, and which sa mga katulad naming micro, talagang hindi namin na-provide yung mga ibang requirements na yon. Meron lang po akong kasi piningan walang initial wala po ba kayong program loan for entrepreneur na kung saan hindi naman din kailangan or ano ba yun? Diba, basic sa mga bank na nagpapahiram na kailangan may 3 months bill, statement bills, diba? Since micro pa lang po kami, but still, actually, ang ano namin, ang financial, kumbaga kung saan kami kumukuha ng aming pangusto sa aming mga puhunan is from small loans. But small loans has a bigger rates. And usually, mas kailangan namin yung tulong ng rates ng bangko. Ang problema, hindi kami nakakapag-provide. Doon kami nadidecline sa 3 months bill ng or 6 months statement account ng bangko.
Pwede ba malaman yung pangalan ng ating tagapagsalita ngayon?
Ma'am, from
Okay. Hindi natin masyadong marinig. So, yung pwede po bang gamitin natin ay yung nasa gitna. But while you are introducing yourself, I just would like to translate. Kung ano man yung sinabi mo. Kaya, kasi Dr. David said, I cannot speak Tagalog.
No.
Okay.
See, AI.
Okay. Dear Ate Chinky, she was actually talking about the seamless transaction earlier.
Yes.
The seamless transaction of...
So I want to start first. Thank you. Thank you for trusting, allowing us to be a partner. I'm hoping that outside of COVID, we can help you grow even more. So number one, thank you. Number two, that's exactly why we're using and trying to incorporate as much data and AI as possible. So when there isn't the 3-month statements or 6 months and all that, there's still a possibility to provide a loan. We're getting there. To answer your question is, as I mentioned, the CCAP platform, there are different offers on top of it, and the quick loans offering, which is available through actually Union Digital and Union Bank. Also, it's kind of being tailored. But keep on providing us this information because we are looking for the ways in providing the alternative solutions to meet these needs effectively because you are growing. So there we go. How do we help you go even more? Oh, geez, CCAP, it's CCAP.com. Yeah, CCAP.com. Yeah, CCAP. SEEKCAP. CCAP.
So sir, so you have that kind of program for those micro entrepreneur that who can lend us in a smaller interest but without any bank statement.
Yeah, CCAP.com. So that's
okay,
exactly
Yun
it.
daw
It's
po,
alternative lending.
CCAP.com. Meron?
Okay,
CAP.
so we will
I hope it's .com.
we are very thankful, sir, for your innovation, and hopefully, you will be the pioneer of the and other banks will follow also your
Initiative, ha?
Thank you.
Palakpakan natin ang Union Bank.
Thank you so much. But it's actually a good question and a comment about Union Bank. So, yep.
Meron pa ba? Nako, nagkakainita na. Okay.
Pasensya na po, hindi po ako makapunta dyan kasi po nawawala po yung signal ng mic. We would appreciate po dito po tayo.
Yun muna si ma'am, tapos itong nasa pangalawa, at yung ma'am dun sa pangatlo. Okay, we'll entertain 5 more questions kasi meron pa tayong mga panelists later. Okay? Meron tayo mamaya, sandali lang po, meron tayo mamaya na networking at pwede din tayong magtanong sa kanila ng diretso.
Hello po. Good morning po sa lahat ng nandito. Ako po si Lupili Siobal. Itatanong ko lang po sa CEO ng Angkas. Halimbawa po, kasi yung anak ko po, miyembro ng Angkas. Pag po ba na aksidente, sasagutin po ba ng Angkas yung yung hospitalization, yung lahat ng expenses ng na aksidente. Hanip,
Magandang umaga po. Ano po pangalan nila?
Lupili Siobal po.
Ay, kamusta po kayo? Magandang tanong po yan. So, tayo po ay meron tayong tinatawag na accident insurance. Kasama po yun as benepisyo ng isang angkas biker, pati na po ng pasahero. So, meron po tayong mga scheme doon. Umaabot po ng, I think, about 500,000. And then, for a different gravity of the accident, no? Tapos meron po tayong medical insurance na reimbursable na hanggang 200,000. So, ito po ay actually, ginawa po to ni Angkas. Bago po si Angkas dumating, wala pong ganong klaseng insurance sa pagmomotor. So, inimbento po natin to kasama po mga ibang partners natin sa insurance company. Ngayon po, standard na to sa lahat po ng motorcycle taxi.
Salamat po.
Salamat.
Thank you. Next po. Okay.
Okay, meron tayong sunod na magtatanong.
Good morning po. I'm Eva from Eva Ageless. Gusto ko po muna mag-thank you sa Daily Tribune kasi last April na-feature po nila ako sa Gising Na. Kayo po yung nag-interview sa akin at care of Ma'am Dina. Thank you, Ma'am Dina. Apo, kasi meron akong bagong skincare product na anti-aging, mga brightening and whitening po.
Woohoo!
Super promote si ate, o di ba?
galing.
Anyway,
Yan,
that's
yan,
good.
yan.
Punta ka dito, promote mo.
Ang question ko po kasi about IPOPL kay attorney. Kaya binanggit ko na rin para may background. Attorney, yung po kasing, syempre, it's a new business, so I have to register sa IPOPL. So, alam ko na kagad yun. Nag-try po akong i-register siya. Online na lang naman lahat. Actually, December ko pa na-try. Kaya lang na-decline ako yung unang application ko, Fountain, hindi naman talaga decline. Parang sinasabi lang nila na may kapangalan, parang Fountain of Youth. Tapos, pinakita nila kung saan galing yung kapangalan. It's from the website of international, parang USA, kasi Fountain of Youth eh. So, hindi ko na pinursue. Kasi nga, parang, ay, sige, may kapangalan. Tsaka parang common yung Fountain of Youth. So, I tried again, siguro mga January. Tapos, nilagay ko na yung parang, company name ko kasi si Eva Ageless eh. Eva Ageless Trading Corporation. Tapos, ginawa kong trade name is Eva Ageless, Fountain of Youth. Tapos, just recently, nag-email po, ganun pa rin. Parang sinasabi nila na, kapangalan pa rin nung nakita nila before na sa unang Fountain of Youth. So, parang, paano po ba yung gagawin kapag may kapangalan? Tapos, how long will it take po? Kasi tinatanong ko sa email, gaano ba katagal yan para ma-process, something like that. Usually, ano po ba yung timeline para ma-approve ang isang trade name at saka kung hindi po kagad ma-approve, ano po yung steps or ano po yung dapat gawin ng mga kagaya ko na gusto kong i-register yung pangalan ko na wala naman siyang exact na kapangalan pero halimbawa Eva Ageless Fountain of Youth, wala naman siyang exact na kapangalan. And yet, dun sa email, binanggit yung website ng fountainofyouth.com na nasa USA naman, which is ako naman po, dito lang naman sa Philippines. So, paano po kaya yun, attorney?
Ano pong pangalan niya?
I'm Eva Borines.
Eva, maraming salamat dun sa tanong mo, no? Mamaya, mag-usap tayo. Kunin ko yung number mo para patulungan kita dun sa amin. No?
Oh, wow.
Wow, grabe naman yan.
Pero yung ano kasi,
Special.
yung registration ng trademark sa atin, dapat walang confusion. 'Di ba? Kaya tinitingnan natin yung mga kapareho at meron tayong database niyan, no? Sa Pilipinas at sa ibang bansa, no? Kasi, syempre, yung iba dyan, meron mga popular names, di ba? Louis Vuitton, LV. Tapos dito magre-register ka ng LV chinela. Meron na silang chinelas or ibang products, di ba? So medyo yun yung inaano natin, iniiwasan, no? At yung Fountain of Youth, parang common masyado. So ibig sabihin, talamak na yung pangalan na yan, no? Kumbaga marami na. And sa mga cases na ganyan, meron mga kaso na pinapa-disclaim namin, especially yung mga generic names, common names, di ba? So, minsan, pag wala nang matitira doon sa pangalan mo, talagang made-deny, di ba? Na lahat disclaim mo na. Kumbaga, matitira mo na lang yung background. So, yun ang iniiwasan din namin. So, mamaya, Kunin ko lang yung mga detalye na then may magbibigay. Meron naman kaming customer service na tutulong sa inyo. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Eva. Parang alam ko yung brand na yan, parang ginagamit ko. Pero hindi ko sasabihin kasi baka ma-award ako.
Fountain of Youth.
Whatever. But yeah, parang alam ko yung brand pero hindi ko talaga sasabihin.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Anne. Isa po akong tech enthusiast and very informative and na-excite ako. May question lang po ako and I'm curious to PCSO. Though I'm not a lotto player, hindi ako marunong maglaro, but marami akong information na nakuha earlier. So, ang question ko po is, na-curious lang ako if PCSO has the direction to have that online game. So, instead of people going to the outlets to write on or to scratch something, ganyan. So, you have by the direction to have that online since we are now living in the virtual world. Thank you.
Miss Eva, tama po ba? And sorry.
And
Yes, we are definitely on track because within the year, hopefully, we will be able to sell tickets online via phone apps. But before that, support mo muna sa Lotto outlets. But thank you for your interest in because we have a lot of queries asking us kung bakit hindi kayo available online. Actually, reminder we have a lot of competitors who are illegal. And itong illegal players in the gaming industry are taking money from the players for their own benefit. Wala naman ho silang tinutulungan, yung mga illegal operators. Wala silang natutulungan but themselves. So let's not support the illegal. Only purchase your tickets since we don't have online or betting apps yet. Doon ho sa mga authorized outlets and authorized small town lottery representatives. But we are, yes ma'am, definitely on track po tayo going online or e-gaming. Thank you for that question.
Thank you very much. We will entertain one more question. One last question, please.
Yun,
May panahon tayo mamaya. But one last question. Isa na lang. Kasi marami pa tayong pag-uusapan, marami pa tayong guest.
Wala pong signal, pasensya na po.
Hello? Hello, good morning. I'm with the Philippine Inventor Society, FIIS. And my question is directed, of course, to Ipofil. You mentioned earlier about yung IP depot. You have I'm not aware that you have we can put our products on display in the Ipofil. Maybe later on I get details on how to join.
Sure po. We welcome everyone. In fact, we're soon to sign an MOU or MOA with the Philippine Inventor Society. So, para po we will have a stronger collaboration between our office and the groups of the inventors, Filipino inventors.
Okay. Additional to, since this is an innovation forum, I believe that most of the attendees here are entrepreneurs. So most of the inventors have products and innovations which are not well known. So maybe you can get into those who are interested in new products or new innovations. If you can get in touch with my secretary here, and we can keep you informed of new products and innovations.
Thank you so much for that wonderful suggestion.
Alright. So, maraming pong salamat. Napaka-aktibo ng ating grupo ngayon, no, ng ating
Right.
audience. At mga katribo, bago ang lahat, bago tayo magpatuloy, gusto lamang naming sabihin sa inyo at buong pagmamalaking ibahagi sa inyo na ang Daily Tribune ay ang una at the only media partner ng United Nations SDG noong 2018. Ang ating publisher and president ay lumipad papuntang New York para mag-sign bilang only media partner ng United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, 17 yon. At itong Asian Innovation Forum ay bahagi ng aming advokasya o inisyatibo. At ang mga darating pa na Asian Innovation Forum ay laging magiging in line sa ating UN SDG. Yan, maraming salamat po. And thank you very much sa ating mahuhusay at napakagagaling na speakers. Sana po ay maimbita namin kayong muli. At ito, yung sa mga nagtatanong tungkol kung ano yung website, no? And ito po, ipa-flash natin dito sa ating napakalaking ano. Okay, ito po, tingnan ninyo ang ating, kung saan kayo pwedeng mag-apply, yung mga, at ito yon website natin, pwede bang makita natin sa taas para makita ng mga tao ulit. I-flash natin. Yung CCAP. Pataas ng konti. Konti pa. Yan. What makes CCAP the henyo sa business loans? Yun po yun. CCAP. CCAP. Maghanap ng kapital. Sa pamamagitan, ang tinatawag nilang henyo, sa pamamagitan ng pagiging henyo, yan, ng ating ng Union Bank, ang kapartner ng mga kagaya nating mga nagsisimula sa ating maliliit na negosyo. May we request our guest speakers to please bumalik po tayo sa ating mga upuan. Marketplaces and digital tools can enhance and add value to SMEs. Yan. Tatawagin natin, meron tayong panelist pa.
Wow.
So talagang punong-puno, hitik na hitik.
Siksik.
Ang ating araw ngayong
Tama ba yung Tagalog ko?
Tama yan. Okay, so isa-isahin natin ang ating mga panelists ngayong umaga. Let us call on Miss Kim Lato, the founder and CEO of Kim Store. Not a lot of you know, Miss Kim established her thriving and trailblazing online store from angpaos given to her. Alam niyo po ba yung angpao? O yun, yung mga binigay sa kanyang mga angpao, inipon niya, doon nagsimula. Nakakatuwa, di ba? Ang mga regalo ni Ninong at Ninang, ginawa niyang business empire. O palakpakan po natin, si Miss Kim Lato.
Wow. Welcome.
Ang pangalawa po nating panelist ay isang chairperson of the board ng ProLife UK. Siya rin ay governance, fintech, and blockchain advocate at maituturing na haligi ng ating fintech industry. Let's all welcome Miss Ida Tiongson.
Good morning.
At ang ating pong pangatlo na panelist is the Chief of Trade Industry Development sa Department of Trade and Industry sa National Capital Region. Mga katribo, Palakpakan natin si Miss Rowena San Jose.
O, di ba? From men to women.
Oo.
noticed
Empowered
that.
women.
Exactly.
Oo. Leaders ng ating industriya, hindi lang mga lalaki. Talaga naman, may mga babae din talaga. Oo.
Dapat lang.
Magagaling na, magaganda pa. Okay, so welcome po sa Asian Innovation Forum. At para simulan ang ating panel discussion, tawagin natin muli si Avatar Comfy Manalo.
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the...
Good morning, everyone. So, I'm Kim Lato. I'm the founder and CEO of KimStore.com. KimStore has been in the industry for the past 16 years. I think we're the longest running platform in the Philippines. Usually, 2 questions ang tinatanong sa akin. 16 years na yung business niya. Ilang taon na kaya siya? Another is, 16 years, longest running platform. How did it make it happen? Well, just to share a brief background, I started the business way back in 2006. So, sino dito ang familiar sa Multiply? Meron pa ba? Ayun. So, siguro makaka-age ko naman to, no? Anyway, back then, ang Multiply was a social networking. It wasn't really designed for e-commerce. So, just imagine being an entrepreneur, you have to be really creative in creating your content, posting pictures, and using blogs to sell the product. So, before, it was all-time high. 2006 to 2013, we were selling cameras, mobile phones, tablets, name it, we have it. It's always price, affordability, and availability. And then, here comes 2013. Just to share the story, since we are MSMEs and SMEs, just imagine 2013, Multiply shut down. So, nung time na yon, wala pang Lazada, wala pang Shopee. So, where do I sell my goods? Eventually, Facebook came in. Okay na rin ang Facebook, at least it's your marketing arm. So, something I learned from that experience is don't put all your eggs in one basket. For example, let's say, si Multiply nag-shut down. You are a brand. You are a business owner and you are a brand. Strengthen your brand so that whatever platform emerges, pwede kang magbenta doon. Since we're discussing about IPOs and trademarks, I think some lessons also I learned is if you're a business owner, you have a brand, if you have a product, please register it immediately with IPO. Because before, so I put up my website, kimstore.com. Prior na build up ko siya sa kimstore.com, in a way, I was a victim of cyber squatting. So because of IPO, it helped me recover my brand name. Yun yung lesson ko na dapat pala nung 2006, nag-start na ako mag-register. Not only did I register it with DTI, sabay mo rin siyang i-register with the IPO. So moving forward, 2013, Lazada came in, Shopee came in. So more and more sellers are going online. And as a entrepreneur, meron kang brand, meron kang product. Use the power of the marketplaces to expand and have more reach to your customers. So, in a way, when you say pioneer of e-commerce, when you say you're the pioneer of e-commerce, more than being the longest running e-commerce player in the Philippines, you also have to be an early adapters of technology. Something I could share is we started selling in Multiply, and then we also started selling in Lazada, Shopee. You see, in technology, it's our avenue to sell our products. But at the same time, sila, ang habol nila sa atin is more on acquisition. More on, if you're gonna use their platform, you're gonna have more incentives. And then, just imagine, way back then, wala pang commission ng Lazada, Shopee. imagine the power of marketplace having making it as a propeller of your brand and your products. And then moving forward, we're embracing cashless technology such as GCash, such as Maya, so on and so forth. So something I also wanted to share is being in the industry for 17 years, we should always have a learning and growth mindset. More than embracing digital tools, sabi nga ni George, these are just digital tools, but it's how you use it for you to benefit more. We've heard a lot about digitalization, or even the digital transformation. As the business owners, you are the head of the digital transformation in your company. If you're starting out, definitely, may question ako sa audience. Do you record your customers' data? Customer information? Good. Rather than putting it in a notebook or something, it's best that you put it in an Excel. Then eventually, if you have budget already, put that as a marketing investment, try to get a CRM. Because as you grow, eventually, you really have to have a CRM for you to market your products well. And then, digitalization, more on, of course, you have the data, and then as a digitalization, invest in ERPs, warehouse management system, and even the CRM, like I said earlier, and even your website. Mura lang naman mag-register right now. And more of, if as owners kasi, usually, bibili ako ng inventory, bibili ako ng truck para sa mga deliveries ko. Why not invest in technology naman? Why not invest in a good CRM, in a good ERP, or even in warehouse management system? Because it has to support your growth. Nandyan na yung selling platform eh. So, in your internal org, you also have to improve your operations. And of course, the digital transformation, it's an overall perspective na we've been in the industry for 17 years. So I think it was the start of having a website. Then we realized na, okay, we have to embrace digital transformation in our company so that we could ride along the technology that will happen in the next few months and even years ahead.
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders.
Besides having a platform, Kimstore.com, and selling in marketplaces, we have these services called dropshipping and reseller. So sa dropshipping, for example, you want to sell online and you don't have much capital. For us, we're trying to enhance the dropshipping capabilities of Kimstore na you don't have to invest in capital. All you need is to find customers and we deliver that to your customer. Ngayon, paano na kayong influencer ng Kimstore? And something like resellers, like kanina may nag-mention ng beauty products. The beauty products online are thriving. I think more than the product itself, it's the framework of technically online resellers. Ang daming, para siyang healthy online networking. So in a way, they're just distributing online. You can also become an online distributor. As per the direction of Kimstore, I realize there's so much to pay forward, katulad nga ng ng PCSO, if you're blessed, you really have to pay forward. I realize that we have different stages in our businesses, in our life as an entrepreneur. So, importante kasi yung mentoring and coaching sa atin. Where's your North Star? Or ano ba yung value ng product natin? Or, like for example, May 12 na, di ba? Ay, tama ba? May 12 or May 13, May 14, Mother's Day. So, if you have a lot of options for your gifts for your mom, let's say different flower shops, where would you buy your flowers, right? It is with a store that gives value, that connects or engage with your customers. So in a way, it's more of, I think e-commerce right now because of the pandemic, it really, for me, 2020 was the year of e-commerce talaga. Everybody was into e-commerce. And I would say it's a long way to go. The learning, the coaching, the mentoring, nag-start na yung cashless payment. So there's so much thing to improve on. I think I would say it's more on really coaching and mentoring and giving more avenues, not only with platforms like Lazada, Shopee, we could also create or remodel dropshipping. Kung may mga products kayo, we have a base also that you can also maximize. Kung nasa beauty products kayo, kung nasa clothing kayo, well, Kim Store is for electronics. We also have base. We could share our resources and build communities of e-commerce sellers also.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms.
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders.
All, napakagaling ginagawa dito ng Daily Tribune, itong ASEAN Innovation Forum. I think it's a good avenue. It's not just the Philippines, but Asian. I want to recognize Ms. Biazon and, of course, Mr. Roel of IPO, Mr. Eric of PCSO. David and George are very good friends of mine. We do business together as well. Yung, explain ko lang yung hat ko, no, because sometimes people are confused. Main hat ko is actually I help out businesses turn around. So that's the open investment. And helping businesses turn around at the same time, I've been involved. I'm a professional director, so I chair ProLife UK. By the way, yung mga mananalo ng PCSO, you might as well invest in insurance. It's got life insurance, and at the same time, you can invest. Okay, ano yan? Plug lang yan. But I also sit in a lot of fintech companies. I sit in Alipay, Philippines, the technology company of GCash. I also sit in Sidin. It's a P2P lending platform kasama sa CCAP. I also sit in Surpass Technology, which is a publicly listed technology company. So with that, ang advocacy ko nga is actually, I noticed maraming babae dito. And I've noticed, I could see at least 5 people na nakita ko na sa mga ibang forums. Yes, hello. Okay, so I wanna, before we go into the digital tools, tanungin ko, sino mga nagbi-business dito? Is it like everyone? Can I see some hands up? Yung mga nagbi-business? Okay, well, it's about 60%. The others, I cannot see your hand. Can I ask, ano ang number 1 na problema nyo when it comes to business? Can anyone, una muna, sino may sabing pera? Yeah, exactly. Pera, it's practically everyone. Yung time. Yeah, some of you time. What about yung direction? Saan makakuha na mentor? Saan ko may nagiging problema ba din doon? Okay, according to stats kasi, let me ask another question. Sino ditong nagbi-business below 3 years pa lang? Below 3. Pakitaas ng mataas. Below 3 years. Okay, put your hand down. What about between 3 to 5 years? Okay. What about more than 5 years? More than 5 years. Kakaunti. So mas marami sa ating below 5 years. Let me tell you statistics muna ha. 16% lang statistics na nakaka-survive below 5 years. And if I may add statistics, ang pinaka-problema ng 16% na yan na hindi nagsusurvive is pera. In fact, according to the last problem natin in the last couple of years, 70% ng mga businesses, pera ang kailangan. Yung pera, dalawang klase. Equity, mas maganda yon kasi hindi mo babayaran. O kaya, loan. Okay, so having said that, I would like to wear a hat of FinTech Alliance, which is regarding the financial technology and the platforms. Nabanggit ni Comfy yung blockchain and all that. At this point, it may not be a good idea to discuss that. It's actually quite lengthy discussion. You may not be aware na ginagamit nyo na pareho ng AI. Ginagamit nyo na. So let me just round up first. You as a business person, ang daming technology around you. Of course, the e-commerce. Of course, logistics. Nandiyan ang angkas, among others. Of course, borrowings, nandiyan ang Union Bank, SICAP. Of course, kailangan nyo rin ng, dahil nasa digital world, sabi nga ni Kim, madaling nakawin yung idea nyo eh. That's why it's very important na this is perfect. Parang nakompleto ng Daily Tribune yung circle. Kailangan i-register din yun. And of course, having said that, kung nanalo nga kayo sa PCSO and it is online, it's not just helping, you can use it as equity in the business. Okay, so I'm gonna go now to the topic ni Comfy on digital tools, no? I'm gonna magko-concentrate ako kasi ang dami nun. Magko-concentrate ako sa financing. Sino dito na nakautang online? Nakautang online. Oh, I know you did. GCash, right? Yes. Did you know kung gumamit, iba na kasi ang financial technology ngayon, binabago na rin ng Bangko Sentral yung tinatawag na behavioral credit scoring. From now onwards, lahat ng transaction nyo, gawin nyo sa digital payment, gawin nyo digitally, wag cash. Now, you're gonna say, oh, paano, people are scared, maka-count yun for tax and that sort of thing. Napakalaki ng difference because things are changing ngayon. May tinatawag na yung credit scoring na sinasabi na, kailangan mag-produce ng ganon and kailangan may collateral, kailangan 5 years ka na in business. So, naiiba ngayon. It's called behavioral. So, this pattern is nasa financial technology. GCash, Paymaya, Union Bank, and a lot of the digital platforms. Example, 6 months ka nang gumagamit, I'm gonna use GCash being the most popular kasi I think everyone has it. Kung gumagamit ka ng GCash, meron ka ng 10,000 a week or 10,000 a month or something like that, ipasok in out, check nyo ngayon, pwede na kayo umutang ng 25,000. So those ones that are asking, paano kaya makakaano na hindi kailangan, napakadali. Within a couple of minutes, you get your loan credited to your GCash account. So maraming platforms ang ganyan. Importante ang credit score ngayon because ang credit score can make you scale up. Yung pera na kailangan nyo can help you scale up. So you start with 25,000, bayaran yon, next thing you know, 100 na yan. Yung 100, can I give me a couple of minutes and I think this is very important. I'm gonna talk about Karen and I'm gonna talk about Marites. I'm using their names as hypothetical. Dalawang mag-best friend, Karen and Marites. Si Marites, I actually have some slides on this but it's okay. I could make kwento na lang. So si Marites, gusto cash ang sweldo niya. Si Karen, pinakredit niya sa account, whether it's wallet or sa account. Si Karen, within 6 months, binigyan ng credit card. And by the way, pag credit card, be careful in using it as well. So, si Karen, dahil may credit card na at maganda yung record, within 1 year, nabigyan na siya ng 400,000 loan. Si Karen na 400,000 loan, nabayaran niya na, and ngayon may business na siya. Si Marites at si Karen are my yayas. Si Marites, they're not their names. Si Marites, 2 months ago lang, Ma'am, i-credit yun na lang para may credit score na rin ako at makautang in the future. Si Karen, while still with me, yung family niya, may business na, bigasan, kasi nakabili na ng lupa. And that's the real essence ng financial inclusion. So for those ones that are thinking, mag-iipon ako para magka-business, scale, yung loan, don't be scared, yung loan can help you scale up. But tama yung comment ng yung interest, importante tingnan. I'm gonna promote CCAP because they are our partners. CCAP, parang magsikap, no? CCAP, SEEKCAP, actually, it's in my slide as well. You can download it sa Android or sa iPhone. Pagpasok nyo doon, 12 ang fintech companies ang nandun na lending. May option na kayo. Kung ang gusto nyo 5,000, meron doon. Kung gusto nyo 20 million, meron doon. I sit in a company where we actually give a minimum of 1 million to 20 million. Kung ganun yung scale nyo, ipindot nyo Sidin Technologies. And these are all done through the touch of your fingertips. And with that, it can help you scale up, and by scaling up, it can help you in your business. So, thank you.
Ms. Ida Chongson sa inyong paliwanag. So,
One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs. One is to be the largest technology and innovation gathering of thought leaders, stakeholders, regulators, futurists, innovators, entrepreneurs.
Pakinabangan ng mga SMEs upang maisulong ang digitalization sa kanilang hanay at napalago ang kanilang mga negosyo.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Nagpapasalamat din po ako sa Daily Tribune sa kanilang pag-organize ng ganitong forum na kung saan nakakatulong po tayo sa ating micro and small entrepreneurs. Kami po sa DTI-NCR sa Kalakhang, Maynila, NCRO, ay tumutulong sa mga MSMEs na ma-adapt itong mga bagong teknolohiya na isinusulong para lalo silang lumaki at umunlad. Ang aming po mga negosyo centers ay equipped with trained business counselors kung saan maaari po silang humingi ng information or counseling. At kung may mga mas greater na information po na kailangan nila, kami rin po naman ay nagpro-provide ng mga mentors or mga professional business coaches para lalong mas siguro na yung mga naibibigay nating information and counseling ay talagang angkap sa kanilang negosyo. Ito po ay maaaring face-to-face or virtual. And then, nakikipag-partner din po kami sa mga iba't ibang organizations katulad po ng Union Bank and ng Angkas. At marami pong ibang nag-o-offer ng mga online apps para po ito ay inaalok natin sa mga MSMEs. Gina-guide po natin sila kung paano po nila ma-avail itong mga programa na ito. At bukod doon, marami rin po kami mga regular programs like for example ang ating mga learning capabilities katulad ng ating SME Roving Academy kung saan inilalapit po natin sa ating mga MSMEs yung mga seminars para hindi na po sila pumunta sa Makati. Kasi dati po, sa Makati lang po natin ginagawa ang ating mga learning sessions. Pero nito mga nagdaang taon, hanggang sa barangay kung saan malapit ang mga MSMEs, dinadala po natin ang ating mga mentors and coaches. Ang ating pong business name registration ay 24/7. Online kung kayo po ay may GCash, credit card, or may mga accepted banks po like Land Bank. Pwede na po kayo mag-apply ng inyong business name sa inyong mga bahay kung kayo po ay may mga laptop, magandang connectivity. And meron po kayong printer kasi doon po ipapadala po natin ang inyong certificates sa inyong mga email. Wala pa pong 10 minutes, makukuha nyo na po ang iyong Certificate of Business Name Registration. And through Facebook, if you like our page at TTI National Capital Regional Office, makikita niyo po yung mga iba't ibang programa na pwede niyo pong ma-avail face-to-face and virtually. At doon naman po sa mga gustong mag-register ng kanilang mga trademarks, kami po ay kapartner ng IPO katulad po ng sinabi ni Attorney Barba. Ang mother organization po ng IPO is the Department of Trade and Industry. And ang mga business counselors po natin ay nagpupursiging i-encourage ang ating mga MSMEs na i-rehistro ang inyong mga business name as under IPO. And meron din po kaming programa. Ito rin po ay virtual ang ating under OTOP Next Gen ang ating ACT kung saan tinutulungan po natin ang mga MSMEs na mag-innovate, i-improve ang kanilang mga products or i-improve ang kanilang mga packaging and ang kanilang mga brand names and ang kanilang mga logos. So, yung DTI po ay tumutulong sa mga MSMEs from the start. Kung wala pa ho silang idea, kung kayo po ay nakapanalo sa loto at wala po kayo alam gawin sa inyong mga pera at gusto niyo pong palaguhin, pumunta po kayo sa ating mga negosyo centers. Lahat po ng cities natin, including Pateros, ay meron po negosyo center. So, tutulungan po namin kayo mag-identify kung ano yung mga negosyo na angkap sa inyo at nababagay sa inyong personality at i-guide namin kayo hanggang sa kayo ay maging sustainable. So, partner po tayo. Tulungan po tayo para lalo po natin mapalago ang ating mga negosyo. So, from entrepreneurial mindsetting to exports to business sustainability, we offer assistance. Just pumunta po kayo sa amin, wala pong bayad ang serbisyo ng DTI.
Maraming salamat po sa ating mga panelists. At nakakatuwa, no? Marami tayong natututunan ngayong araw na ito. At hindi lang tayo nabibigyan ng direksyon, marami pa tayong kaalaman na nalalaman para lalong palaguin ang ating negosyo. Meron ba kayong katanungan sa ating mga panelists? Siguro mga 3 questions bago tayo magpatuloy.
Gustong magtanong? Ay, natatakot yata sila.
Teka muna, sandali lang. Meron nga pala akong natanggap na message kanina.
O sige. Meron po bang gusto
Habang naghahanap ka ng ito babasahin ko lang. But ito ay para sa ating isang resource speaker, ang ating minamahal na si Sir Frederick Imson. Galing po ito kay Ritz Morales, sir. Tanong niya, sabi po niya sa akin, Ma'am, good morning. Ma'am, pwede bang pakitanong kay Sir Imson ng PCSO, kung ibabalik pa ba ang Kino? Thanks. Totoo po itong tanong.
Okay, thank you po kay Miss Ritz. Miss Ritz Morales. Ita-text ko na lang po yung reply. Actually, yung pong Kino is one of our products po before. Kaya lang, maraming magagaling ho na players na Pilipino. Sa sobrang galing, natatalo yung PCSO. So, pag natatalo yung PCSO, yung funds niya for charity, bawas. So, ang ginawa ni PCSO, sige, wag na muna natin ituloy si Kino. Siguro, in the future, pag-aaralan, i-tweak ng konti, kasi masarap laruin yon every 5 minutes, nagdodraw, hindi ho ba, doon sa players. Yan. Maraming salamat. Hinahanap pala nila yung mga old games ng PCSO.
Salamat po, sir. Oo. So may pag-asa, pinag-aaralan pala. So iti-text natin mamaya si Miss Ritz Morales. Actually po siya ngayon ay nasa Dumaguete. At bigla ako nakatanggap ng text. So, okay. So meron pa po bang katanungan?
Last call. Meron pa po bang gusto magtanong? Kasi daw, dear Ate Chinky, gutom na daw sila.
Marami tayong pagkain sa labas.
Merong nare-raise ang hand ba? May nakita ko sa
monitor.
Ito
sa una.
Okay. Sorry.
Yan. Okay.
Hello, good morning everyone. I'm Chris Valdez from Cavite. Magtatanong lang ako kay Madam DTI. So, Ma'am, tatanong ko lang kung paano kasi yung nagiging selection natin when it comes to trade fairs. Kasi, we observe na meron talagang mga MSMEs na minsan hindi sila nakakasali sa sa mga trade fairs. Like, si Miss Wendell kanina, kilala ko yon yung nagtanong kay Union Bank. Last week, nagkaroon ng kadiwa sa SMX. So sabi ko sa kanila, bakit hindi kayo nakasali? Dati-dati naman nakakasali kayo. So, regardless kung may papel or wala. Pero kompleto naman sila, may BIR, may mayor's permit. So, ang sabi nila, naku, Miss Chris, wala na kasi yung taga-DTI na nagpapajoin sa amin lagi. So, sabi ko, medyo lang ako, parang nalungkot lang ako na parang, bakit hindi, yung dati-dati nakakasali, hindi nakasali. Tapos, aminin natin, let's admit, hindi lang NCR, even different region like Calabarzon, meron talagang mga MSMEs na nale-left behind. That's why yung association namin sa Cavite na buo yun. Because ang daming micro-entrepreneurs na hindi nakakasali. Like now, yung association namin nasa SMMOA. So, nakasali kami through the invitation of SM. And nagulat sila kasi nakasali kami sa trade fairs without the help of any government agencies or specifically DTI. So, paano po ba natin ma-resolve yung mga ganon? Kasi, of course, maraming MSME dito yung gusto na ma-promote. Of course, we're going digital. Doon ang papunta natin. But iba pa rin yung may promotion na offline. Nakikita, iba pa rin yung may mga customer na, saan ko makikita yan? Or pag nag-mall ako, saan ko ba pwedeng mabilihan? Kasi hindi naman ako nag-online. So, yun lang. Thank you.
Very intriguing question.
Nagmamarites siya. So, yan.
Actually, kapag national trade fairs po ang pinag-uusapan natin, na ang organizer po nito is the Bureau of Domestic Trade. Kami po, ang mga regional offices, ay nagsasend out ng invites sa mga MSMEs and given the deadline, kung ang nangyayari, kung sino yung unang dumating na complete ang requirements, sila po talaga yung nabibigyan ng priority. At kung minsan kapag ang regional offices naman po yung nagkakandak ng trade fairs, katulad namin or ng DTI Calabarzon, limited lang po yung space na nakukuha namin. Like, alam ko, ang Calabarzon ay may upcoming fair this June sa Glorieta. Nabanggit nga po sa akin nung friend ko doon is 38 booths lang po ang available. So 38 MSMEs lang ang pwede nilang ma-invite for the whole Calabarzon. And may mga iba na willing mag-booth share. So para lang ma-increase yung number ng participants natin, nagbo-booth share yung iba. Pero hinahanapan din po natin ng permiso kasi ang pangako po ng DTI, isang MSME, isang booth ang binibigay natin sa kanila. So kapag willing po yung isa na mag-booth share, like for example, kung ang products mo lang naman ay isa or dalawa, pwede ka naming i-booth share sa isang MSME na kaunti lang din ang product para hindi naman nasasapawan yung product ng isa. So siguro gano'n na lang na paunahan na lang sa pag-submit ng application form, ng complete application form na talagang yung hinihingi ni DTI na requirements ay buong-buo. So doon naman po sa kadiwa ng Pangulo na ginawa nung April 30 sa SMX, marami pong organizations ang nag-invites. So hindi lamang si DTI, kasi si DTI nabigyan lang po siya ng 30 tables, and then si DOLE nabigyan din po ng pagkakataon na i-showcase yung mga ina-assist nila from TUPAD, and then si DA meron din, the SWD. So siguro nga po dahil maliit lang po yung space, kung sino ho yung nakapag-oo ng mas maaga, sila yung nabigyan ng priority. So sa ating mga MSMEs, wag ho kayong mas frustrate kung hindi ho kayo nabigyan ng pagkakataon. Kasi kami rin naman sa DTI naghahanap pa ho ng mga iba't ibang avenues kung saan pwede nating i-promote ang inyong mga products, katulad ho ng Otop Hub. Yung Otop Hub ho is parang isang trade fair na buong taon tumatakbo sa may mga selected areas po tayo, katulad na sa Metro Manila, meron po tayong 3 Otop Hubs ngayon. Meron po tayo in Makati sa DTI office. Meron po tayo sa Feliz Mall and meron din po tayo sa Alabang Town Center. So hindi ho siya nililimit na kung ito ay nasa NCR, ay products lang po ng NCR ang makikita natin dito. Kundi products po ng buong Pilipinas, pwede po natin makita sa ating mga Autop Hubs. So kung gusto niyo po ng ating mga MSMEs na sumali sa Autop Hub, mag-email lang po kayo sa amin, ncr@dti.gov.ph.
Wala na yung sama ng loob mo, ma'am.
Whole year
Thank
round
you.
po yung
Liwanag
ating
naman.
Autop Hub. Mas maganda po yun. So hindi ho siya 5 days or 3 days lamang.
So, dahil wala na magtatanong,
Wala
ako na
na.
lang ang magtatanong dun sa katukayo ko. Si Kim, yung CEO. Ano ba yung dapat naming abangan sa store mo?
Okay, bukod sa mga latest electronics, meron kaming i-roll out na services, dropshipping and affiliate para at least if you're, let's say, an e-commerce enthusiast and you wanted to try online, meron kami i-roll out na dropshipping and affiliate, less capital intensive. I saw that yung iba dito, let's say, are interested trying to sell online or let's say may limited funding. So this time around, we're gonna roll out na try to sell our products in your market. Ang laki naman ng mga platforms natin such as in Meta, in TikTok or Instagram. So wait lang kayo. We're gonna launch it hopefully by Q3 or Q4.
So, yun. May nagpapatanong actually. So, anonymous na question. So, how does fintech drive down the growth of e-commerce, vice versa, improve the operations of SMEs?
Okay.
Miss Tiongson po yun. I'm sorry.
Okay, so how does financial technology improve e-commerce and at the same time
Improve the operation of SMEs.
Oh, beautiful question. I'm
Thank you.
gonna go to that yung second question muna. But before I answer that, yung tanong ni Chris, yung dito na into Filipino food and weaves, kami sa Women Biz, we're gonna have a trade fair this coming September 1 and 2. Yung mga gustong sumali, abangan nyo, tingnan nyo yung Women Biz Facebook. There would be announcements, or you can even inquire from there from the Facebook as well. Para if you're into that, we would welcome you to be part. I think we will be doing it sa MOA or SMX, and the venue is quite large. Okay, back to the question. Sorry, that's another hat. I'm with Women Biz as well. So the question on financial technology, paano makakatulong sa operations? Maraming financial technology na nakakatulong sa operations. Sobrang dami. Hirap na hirap tayo, especially mga babae. We're doing a lot of work when gagawa ka pa ng accounting and all of that. There are platforms that you can scan documents na tapos mapunta na kagad siya sa financial statements. I wish I could give you a briefing on, oh, by the way, may mga videos kami. I do have a few videos sa DTI. You can go back to that under the, I think it's Autop, that's online. We are explaining the marketing and the help also. Other platforms, the artificial intelligence, as mentioned by David. Automatic sa mga ibang platforms, instead of ikaw ang magte-text pa, o magkano yan, meron ba kayong gantong kulay, available ba yan? It's auto. It merong chatbot, it automatically provides para hindi ka nadidistorbo. So that's one of the financial technology help. Other financial technology help that outside the finance in itself, there's blockchain, which is an automatic order. Other automatic orders, there's an arrangement with Globe Business. Tingnan nyo rin ho yung Globe Business. Napakaganda ng mga programa nila under the Livable Cities. Nakakatulong din yun. So, ang daming platforms available. If only I can tell you, if we have at least a couple hours, I could give you briefing on this. There are metaverse platform if you wish. So, that's the second question. On the first question, paano nakakatulong sa e-commerce payments? So, may option ka. You can use, you can pay now, buy now, pay later program. Yung mga ganon, financial technology din yun. So they gumagamit ng mga fintech. There are now 67 financial lending technology platforms. by the way, maraming fly-by-night. So, please make sure na registered sila sa SEC. So, and with that, maraming iba-ibang interest, maraming iba-ibang klase, maraming you can extend, pwedeng interest lang, pwedeng pay now, buy now, pay later program, madami. And again, I wanna expand, kasi you want money for the e-commerce, right? I'm gonna repeat this again. CCAP, there are 12 financial technology lending in there. One of them is SID-IN. Take a look at that kasi makikita nyo yung iba't ibang repayment programs. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Miss Ida Johnson. Ang dami nating malalaman, no? Sana nagtitake din kayo ng notes. Oo. At you can call us kung may mga katanungan kayo kasi meron naman kaming ni-record para lagi nating mabalikan. And we are looking forward to another Asian Innovation Forum. Hindi pa tayo tapos. We're looking forward na siguro mas mahaba, libre na ang lunch. Okay, so maraming pong salamat sa inyong pag-grace sa Asian Innovation Forum. We are very delighted. At ngayon po ay magkaroon muna tayo ng i-document nila yung kanilang presence. Kunan natin ng picture at pwede bang samahan natin ang ating managing editor, Miss Dina Ventura, our EVP, Miss Bettina Fernandez. Please join our lovely panelists on the stage para ma-document po natin ang presence nila ngayong araw na ito. At pwede rin po ba, kung nahiya akong tawagin kasi hindi ko pa siya nakakausap. Pero pwede po ba makiusap ang aming First Lady, Miss Trina Abiaso, nasamahan po sila.
O, diba? Preciosas. Preciosa a todos.
Pwede po bang parang selfie kasama ang ating mga talikod po tayo para makita na kasama yung ating mga participants ngayong araw na to. Kailangan nakataas para kita ang beauty nyo.
Yan, go. Basta nakakatuwa, Chinky.
Thank you very much. Oo.
From men to women.
Pwede po bang mahiling na mag-stay sa stage ang aming First Lady? Maraming pong salamat sa inyo. Thank you so much. Ang ating pong guest speaker ay magbibigay sa atin ng isang napakagandang inspirational talk para po lalong sumaya ang ating araw ngayon. Siya po ay inuulit ko po na siya ang ating First Lady dito sa Muntinlupa at Chairman ng Gender and Development dito po sa ating city.
Ay, wow. That's very nice.
Walang iba. Huwag kayong, di ba, no? Walang iba kundi si ating First Lady, Catherine Mary Biazon. Palakpakan po natin.
Hello po, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Una po, good morning! Siyempre, una po, nais natin batiin ang ating mga organizers ng ating event. Of course, si Mr. Willie Fernandez, publisher and president of Daily Tribune. Palakpakan po natin. And my good friend, Miss Chingby Fernandez, the executive vice president of the Daily Tribune. Miss Dina Ventura, the managing and lifestyle editor. The hardworking staff of Daily Tribune. And our resource speaker who are here today, Mr. Frederick Imson of PCSO. Palakpakan po natin. Mr. George Royeca of Angkas. I think he left already, but I'm sure you learned a lot from him. Mr. Ruel Barba of IPO Phil. Mr. David Hardun of Union Bank. And to the our women panelists who you've heard from a while ago. I am excited to be among the empowered women and the very inspiring men who shared with you tips on how you can better your business policies and improve your businesses. I'm sure marami kayong natutunan, tama po ba? Alam nyo, nung nakita ko yung lineup ng mga panelists at mga guests, medyo kinabahan ako eh. Actually, nakaka-nervyos. Sabi ko nga kay Miss Chingby, pwede ba isang palakpak naman dyan para pangpalakas ng loob? Speaking in front of the public is one of my parang, hindi ko mamasabing weakness, pero doon ako medyo na-challenge. Pero sabi ko, para sa kababaihan, kailangan gawin ito. Tama po ba? So, I was invited here, and good afternoon to all the guests who are here today. Palakpakan din po natin ating sarili, mga kalikhang munti na nandito ngayon. Maraming salamat for joining us. I was invited here today to share with you the strategies, the plans, and the programs that Muntinlupa City has been implementing for the empowerment of women. The question that we should ask ourselves, why do we need to empower women? Hindi po ba, bakit natin kailangan mag-invest ang pamahalaan, ang mga private sector para ma-empower ang kababaihan? The simple answer is because the women compose at least 50% of the global population. And investing in the 50% of the global population will benefit the communities economically. The women are our caregivers, our farmers, our workforce, educators, entrepreneurs, professionals, and policymakers. And yet, we see the gender gap in the hiring process and even in the selection process, even during elections. We have more men in policy making than women. Napakalaki po ng gender gap dito sa mga ganitong aspects ng work ng dito lang po sa Pilipinas. And this is why we have to strive to close the gender gaps that exist not only in the workplace but also in the health, education, security, politics, and other barriers to gender equality, and provide better and equal opportunities for women. Today, I will be discussing the efforts of Muntinlupa City, which focus on the economic empowerment of women. We will be discussing the situations and issues faced by women, the programs and services of the city, the accomplishments on the women economic development, and I am so glad that Chingby and our host earlier mentioned that Tribune is the only partner of the UN regarding the SDGs or the development goals worldwide. And did you know that 4 of the SDGs for the target in 2023 are focused on gender and development? SDG 5 is to achieve gender equality. SDG 2 is to end hunger. SDG 3 is for good health and well-being. SDG 8 is for decent work and economic growth. And SDG 10 is to reduce inequalities. lahat po nitong mga SDGs na na-mention natin ay may mga concern po ang kababaihan dito. So where are we now? Equality between men and women was a core intent enshrined in the UN Charter way back in 1945. 1945 pa po inumpisahan ang mga targets to end gender inequality. And yet, 75 years later, women and girls still live in a world of widespread gender inequality. Although we are slowly closing the gender gaps, the inequalities still exist. Women remain less likely to participate in the labor market than men. Women are more likely to be unemployed than men. This is most probably due to the imposed role on women to be the primary caregivers of the children and elders in every country in the world, which limits their participation in the formal workforce. Kadalasan po ang kababaihan, tayo yung tagabantay, tagaalaga ng ating pamilya na nagiging dahilan kung bakit po hindi tayo nakakapagtrabaho. Women are overrepresented in the informal and the vulnerable employment. Tayo po, malaki po ang population ng mga kababaihan na involved sa informal work, kagaya po ng domestic helpers, OFW involved in caregiving. Itong mga work po na ito, dito po ay hindi nakakakuha ng full benefits ang kababaihan most of the time. Short po ang tenure, wala po tayong health insurance, and wala pong retirement pay. Women are paid less than men because of their caregiving roles in the family. Kadalasan po ang business sector, iniisip nila, mas madalas mag-a-absent ang kababaihan pagdating sa trabaho. Nabubuntis ang babae, kailangan mag-leave ng ilang buwan. Kaya po kadalasan, kapag nagpumapasok man ang kababaihan sa formal employment, mas mababa po ang sweldong na ibibigay sa kanila. Women bear disappropriate responsibility for unpaid care and domestic work. Since tayo po ang gumagawa ng trabaho sa bahay, na pwede po naman gawin ng ibang mga tao din, katulad ng pag mag-hire tayo ng mga katulong or helpers sa ating bahay, tayo po ang nag-e-end up na gumagawa. Kaya ginagawa po natin to nang walang sweldo. Siyempre, dala po yan ng pagmamahal natin sa ating pamilya. Women are less likely to be entrepreneurs and face more disadvantages when starting the business. Gaya po ng nasabi ng isang guest natin dito or ng isang nag-question sa atin, is that how do we avail loans? Because how do we avail loans and how can the banking sector make it more accessible to women? Women are constrained from achieving the highest leadership positions. This is true in the business sector and true also in politics. Most of the men are heading the big companies. There are fewer women CEOs. Ang sabi nga po nila, I'm sure our panelists will also agree that it is difficult for women to break the glass ceiling and to achieve or to be able to attain the higher positions in companies. And we are also victims of violence and harassment in the world of work. And this affects women regardless of age, location, income, and social status. Muntinlupa City conducted several surveys way back 2015 and 2020. And the survey results showed that the situation of women and girls in Muntinlupa City is no different from the situation globally. Data from our education subsector presented that more girls or female students retain and finish their schooling, but more male students are hired or employed. There are also more men than women engaged in economic development decisions. This is based on previous data on business registrations and micro-entrepreneurs. even in Muntinlupa City, mas marami pong kalalakihan ang nagmamay-ari ng negosyo kesa sa kababaihan. Most women residents focus on domestic care. Tayo po ang nag-aalaga and household management with heavy reliance on their partner on children for children's capacity to provide and thus limiting them to address their own needs. Kaya po ako saludo sa mga kasama natin dito na kababaihan mula sa Likhang Munti dahil tayo po ay nagsusumikap para makatulong sa ating pamilya. More men are involved in decision-making and governance. And that is evident nationwide in the Philippines. There are fewer women legislators than men. As I mentioned earlier, 75 years after the UN Charter of 1945, the World Economic Forum's Global Gender Gap report in 2022 shows that gender parity may not be achieved for a further 132 years. Mga espesyalista na po ng ekonomiya ang pinag-aaralan kung paano natin ma-achieve ang gender equality. And yet, 75 years ago, nandito tayo ngayon. And sa kanilang pag-aaral, 132 years pa bago natin ma-achieve ang gender equality. That should give us a picture on the plight of women and girls. And this is why we should invest on women and girls. Empowering women economically is not only the right thing to do, it is the smart thing to do. Women's economic empowerment is critical to economic growth. One of the best ways to grow economies and achieve stronger communities is to empower women and improve their economic opportunities. What did the local government of Muntinlupa City do to achieve this goal? In 2013, the local government of Muntinlupa established the Muntinlupa City Gender and Development Office. By the way, I no longer head the Gender and Development Office of Muntinlupa City. I was fired by my husband because I cannot hold a government position. But I held that position for 9 years during the term of former Mayor Jimmy Fresnedi. Palakpakan naman po natin ang aking former boss. But I now chair the GFPS or the God Focal Point System of Muntinlupa City. This office is tasked to plan and propose projects, programs, and policies that address the gender gaps and issues present in the city. The office monitors the utilization of the GAD Fund, which is a minimum of 5% of the annual budget allocated, and the budget should be allocated for the gender programs, projects, and activities. Let me share with you some of the, aside from this policy, the city also created the EDEC, or the Muntinlupa City Economic Development and Entrepreneurship Committee, to assist in the development of plans and programs that will help the MSMEs of the city grow. They are tasked to create programs related to job generation, livelihood creation, entrepreneurship, engenderment, and many more. Other functions of the EDEC are to create policies that will support the prioritization of women in Muntinlupa City's economic development framework, the comprehensive women inclusive economic development programs and services, the provision of logistics and facilities for women's economic activities, the referral for multi-sectoral social services to aid women's economic status, to advocate the sharing and responsible partnerships for women's economic opportunities and development. Ang EDEC po ay gumagawa ng mga programa para makatulong sa ating mga MSME sa Muntinlupa City. As a result of the efforts of the member departments and offices of the local government, several projects have been implemented. One of these projects is the Muntinlupa Training and Resource Center for Women. It is a 4-story building with training facilities and is managed by the Muntinlupa City Technical Institute. Our Muntinlupa City Technical Institute is our local TESDA para po sa mga hindi pa aware. Meron po tayong training facility sa ating center kung saan nakalocate din po ang Muntinlupa City Gender and Development Office, and this is also where we conduct our advocacy seminars to further po yung awareness on gender equality. The building also houses a shared service facility, a project which provides MSMEs with machinery, equipment, tools, systems, skills, and knowledge under the shared system. I believe meron po tayong mga members na nandito ngayon na nakapag-attend na ng mga trainings natin in our center. The aim of the objective of the program is to enable MSMEs to increase their productivity. Yan po ang ating facility. Meron po tayong state-of-the-art kitchen na located dito sa facility na to. Dito po tayo nag-conduct ng training para sa ating mga star moms on catering. And dito rin po tayo nagko-conduct ng iba pang mga training on bottled bangus, bottled gourmet tuyo, peanut butter training, and other peanut butter production and other trainings po na kino-conduct natin. Naka-tie up po tayo with DOST, with DTI, and other government agencies that support our MSMEs. The facility aims to accelerate the MSMEs' competitiveness by giving them access to energy-efficient technologies and more sophisticated equipment. Dito po, kompleto po ang equipment natin. Nag-donate po sa atin ang DOST ng 900,000 worth of equipment for peanut butter production. And dito po, na-assure tayo na yung mga products na lumalabas sa ating facility ay malinis at pwedeng maipagmalaki sa ibang mga cities pa. And they also join the regular bazaars of DTI. Maraming salamat po, ma'am. Karamihan po ng ating mga producers ay malaki na po ang kinikita because through the facility, they are able to produce volume compared to having it done or producing their products in their own homes. Mas mahirap po yun kasi wala po silang equipment. Dito po yung equipment natin na available sa ating mga MSME producers. They are able to produce more than 100 bottles in a matter of 2 hours siguro. So nakakapag-supply po sila ng maraming produkto. And this is to encourage the graduation of MSMEs to the next level where they could tap a better and wider market and a better and wider market share and be integrated in the global supply chain. Sabi nga po namin sa kanila, ang goal natin ay makapag-export sana kayo. So, I know it's a big plan, but we're getting there. Nakapag-form na po tayo ng mga kooperatiba and they are able to get their licenses. Hinihintay na lang po namin, ma'am, yung tulong mula sa FDA para po sa, ano yung tawag doon? Yes, opo. Para pwede na po tayo lumabas ng Pilipinas. But they have been participating in a lot of trade fairs even outside Muntinlupa City. Dito po sa facility na to, we provide year-round skills training and startup kits. Pagkatapos po ng training nila, may binibigay na po tayo sa kanilang startup kit para makapagsimula na po sila ng negosyo. And we assist them in the production development, the packaging, even the labeling, sourcing po ng mga products nila, tinutulungan po natin din sila. And sa marketing and advertising of their products. Later on, you will hear po about Likhang Munti. And the facility also provides technical assistance, capability building, women leadership, and organization seminars. So, meron po hindi lang po tayo tumitigil dito sa pag-provide ng livelihood training. but we also provide seminars on how they can organize themselves and how they can register their business. Kasi importante po na ang mga ating mga MSMEs para makapag-level up ay rehistrado sila. Because then they will have the identity to be able to supply to the local markets na meron silang resibo. Kaya tulong po ito sa kanila dahil lumalaki po ang kanilang market para sa kanilang produkto. They are no longer limited to their communities. Dati po ang livelihood trainings natin, ginagawa natin sa community, and nagbebenta din po sila sa mga kapitbahay nila. Okay din naman po yun, kaya lang paano kung magsawa na yung kapitbahay mo sa peanut butter, di ba? Mawawalan ka na ng market. So with this strategy, we help them organize and consolidate po lahat ng efforts nila, and they are able to produce more and mas parang nabibigyan sila ng identity yung kanilang mga organizations. We also consolidated all the efforts of the offices of the local government and created our Likhang Munti. Ayan po ang ating mga training seminars na kinoconduct. Next slide, please. Yan po, meron po tayong mga kababaihan, meron rin po tayong create na urban garden sa roof deck ng ating facility. And yun, we can also tie up with DOST for the food safety awareness and good manufacturing practices. So, pati po ang production nila, dapat naka-gloves po sila, naka-hairnet, naka-apron, kompleto po para ma-assure din naman po ang ating mga buyers doon sa products na binibili nila from us. Next slide, please. Nakapag-form na po tayo ng 6 na kooperatiba at isa po sila ang ating Muntinlupa Women Producers Cooperative. Nag-training po sa atin sila ng livelihood training and they went through our leadership and organization training. And ngayon po, naging na po silang kooperatiba. They've been existing for more than 3 years already. And they've been earning. And their cooperative has been growing. They started with, I believe, 25 women. And now, marami na po silang resellers. So, yung resellers ay tinap nila para maging part na rin ng cooperative nila. And I think they are almost 100 na po nakasama nila na nagbebenta din po ng products nila. Ang products po nila ay ang ating bottled bangus na napakasarap po. I think namigay sila kanina. Wala pa? Okay. Paglabas po, yung mga aabutan, meron po kayong bottled bangus courtesy of Muntinlupa City. Para matikman nyo naman po yung produkto namin, para hindi nyo naman sabihin na nambobola lang ako dito, di ba? So, meron po, ang produkto po nila ay bottled bangus. Ang ginawa po naming strategy sa Muntinlupa City, even the giveaways, of course, of our local government, we get from our producers. So, marami na pong members ang ating Likhang Munti at isa po sila doon. Next slide, please. Ayan po, ang ating Likhang Munti, we organized our MSMEs to be able to give them yung support ng local government and to be able to tie them up with the programs of the national government. Ito po ang programa ng Likhang Munti. Tumutulong po tayo ng startup through product and market identification, hosting of several local fairs and events promoting the Muntinlupa products. Aside from the bazaars organized by the national government and DTI, we have regular fairs in our own backyard. Sa aming City Hall po, every payday, meron po tayong Mercato Trade Fair, kung saan po ang ating mga MSMEs are able to sell their products without having to pay po rent or any fees. Ito po ay isang support na binibigay po ng Muntinlupa City para kumita po. Ang laki po ng kinita nila, mamaya po papakita namin sa inyo. Baka next time mag-donate na kayo sa amin, ha? Lilipat na. Opo. So, meron po tayong ito po ang mga bazaars na ino-organize natin for our members ng Likhang Munti. Ang SM Tunasan po often invite them also for their trade fairs. And this other picture was taken in ATC, Alabang Town Center. And ito po yung homegrown hub sa Alabang Town Center. And they've also attended bazaars from DTI in Tagaytay, in Glorieta, at marami pa pong ibang mga bazaars. So, dito po sa Muntinlupa City, yung mga members ng Likhang Munti, they are all invited and rotation po ang pagsali nila sa mga bazaars natin. Through the bazaars, we are not only, because it's difficult for the local government to just provide the training seminars or livelihood training seminars. We also have to help our entrepreneurs or MSMEs grow. And through the trainings that are conducted, not only the livelihood training, but the skills training, we even conducted din po a seminar on how they can promote their products online. Marami pong holistic approach po ang ginagawa natin sa Muntinlupa City. And these bazaars, some of them are organized by our EDEC, na ang members po ng EDEC ay iba-ibang mga departamento ng Muntinlupa City. Andito din po ngayon ang head ng ating MEFD, si Ma'am Maylene Viñas. Palakpakan naman po natin. Meron din po tayong programa na Muntinlupa Entrepreneurship Finance Division. Dito po ay nakakautang po ang ating mga entrep ng walang tubo. Walang interest. Wala pong interest ang kanilang utang. Pero ano po, Muntinlupa po, Muntinlupa. Baka may mga lumipat. Opo. And meron rin po tayo, kung meron kaninang na-mention na ccap.com, meron po tayong CCAP loan. Simula ang kapital naman po. Ito po ay product na ila-launch natin soon. So, abangan nyo na lang po. Ano rin po yun? CCAP loan, ibig sabihin po, simula ang kapital. Na wala pa rin pong tubo. Interest-free loans. Opo. Yan po ay programa ng ating local government. Ito po ang ating Muntinlupa Entrepreneurship Finance Program. And sila po ang mga beneficiaries ng ating CCAP loan. Ng ating dagdag puhunan na walang tubo loan. So, regular po ang kanilang pagbibigay ng tulong, pagbibigay ng assistance sa ating mga MSMEs. Of course, syempre may mga may mga requirement din naman. And ang repayment rate po nila ay, ma'am, ilan po ang repayment rate ninyo? 91.81% po ang repayment rate nila, Ma'am Maylene. Dahil kaya po natin create itong programa na to actually was already existing nung time po ni former Mayor Jimmy Fresnedi. Actually, siya po ang nagsimula nitong programang ito at tinutuloy po natin itong programa sa administration naman ngayon ni Mayor Raffy Biazon po. Sorry, ang pinakagwapong mayor ng Muntinlupa, syempre, asawa di ba? Ito pong programa ay commonly known as Dagdag Puhunang Walang Tubo o Zero Interest. They provide it is the provision of startup capital to micro-entrepreneurs with corresponding capability building, microfinancing, savings mobilization up until they can graduate from the program. Next slide, please. Aside from our women economic empowerment programs, we also ensured women's participation to prepare women's participation in the other programs of the city, to prepare our newly graduates for future employment. The city, through its Public Employment Service Office or PESO, regularly conducts career guidance programs in schools. We also have technical vocational trainings and hosting of women's services. We also have regular job fairs resulting to hired on the spot. But sadly, no, dito sa data ng mga job fairs natin, there are still more men hired than women. So recently po, nagkaroon ng Muntinlupa City ng mga all-women job fairs. Nagkaroon din po tayo ng job fairs specifically for LGBT. Ito po ay effort natin para po to level yung playing field and to encourage po yung mga employers to hire from the sectors that are affected. Next slide, please. We also have multi-sectoral social services for women and girls. The priority of inclusion of female students in the Muntinlupa Scholarship Program. The city has a scholarship program na covered po more than 80,000 of the students of Muntinlupa City. Dito po ay nagbibigay tayo ng financial assistance to help them because we all know that the public schools are free, but we give them financial assistance for them to be able to comply with the requirements of the schools, like kunyari in transportation, school supplies nila. Ito po ay pinoprovide din ng Muntinlupa City. And through the GAD fund that is allocated in this program, we are required that 50-50 of the genders are also beneficiaries. Dapat po equal ang participation ng boys and girls. We also have tech vocational trainings. We also have our Sagip ng Muntinlupa Center for women and children survivors of gender-based abuse and violence. So marami po sa kababaihan natin, especially because they are unemployed and they have nowhere else to go kapag inaabuso sila ng husband nila. Ang mahirap po kasi sa violence against women and girls, related po siya sa economics. Kung ang babae po ay walang trabaho at walang magawa kahit na siya ay inaabuso, tinitiis na lang po niya yung pang-aabuso sa kanya. Kaya po nag-provide po tayo ng shelter, yung building po doon. It is a 4-story facility where they can seek shelter and they will be provided services and assistance for if ever they want to file a legal case against their abuser. We also have the Sentrong Aruga ng Kababaihan because as I mentioned earlier, women who work, like kunyari ang ating mga MSMEs na walang access to healthcare, hindi po sila nabibigyan ng health insurance. At yung mga housewives naman po, mas lalong walang pangtusto sa sarili nilang kalusugan. Inuuna po nila kadalasan ang kanilang pamilya bago po bumili ng gamot para sa kanila. Meron po tayong Sentrong Aruga ng Kababaihan where they can go and any day of the week from Monday to Saturday and they can avail of free check-ups and health services. Nagbibigay din po tayo dito ng libreng mammogram, libreng ultrasound para sa mga kababaihan na may nakitang breast lump. Ito po ay malaking tulong sa kanila dahil as we all know that breast cancer is one of the highest cancer na nagkukos ng death sa ating mga kababaihan. We give free diagnosis for cervical and breast cancer sa ating Sentrong Aruga ng Kababaihan. And we provide free mammogram, free ultrasound, free biopsy, and if you have cancer, we also help you with we give financial assistance for your medication. We also created the Women and Children Protection Unit. Ito po ay surveillance and rescue operations ng PNP kung saan pwedeng magsumbong ang ating mga naaabusong kababaihan. And we also assist in the referral to other agencies should the women in Muntinlupa City experience VAUSI. Meron po tayong Pink Mobile na provide para po mas madali makaresponde ang ating PNP sa mga kaso ng abuso sa Muntinlupa. Next slide please. Sa accomplishments po ng ating programa na kung saan lahat ng departamento ng Muntinlupa City ay nagtutulong-tulong para ma-accomplish ang economic development for women, nakita po natin sa data na ngayon po mas marami ng women entrepreneurs ang nag-a-avail ng ating dagdag puhunan. Makikita nyo po dyan na increasing po ang ating data. Next slide, please. We have trained around 3,000 women on livelihood, and most of them have been active participants of our Likhang Munti. We were also able to organize 6 women organizations and naging na po silang kooperatiba. Prior to the start of the efforts of our economic development cluster, wala pong all-women cooperative na nag-i-exist or nakaregister sa Muntinlupa City. Ngayon po ay meron na po tayong 6 na women cooperatives. Palakpakan niya naman po. Maikli na lang. Maikli na lang po. Next slide. Ito po ang mga produkto nila. Mamaya matitikman niyo po ang ating bottled bangus. Meron po tayong peanut butter. And we have a lot of products po that are for sale in our Eco Grocer. Next slide, please. Ito po ang ating Eco Grocer. In-establish po natin yan nung October last year. Kung saan binigyan po natin ng permanent location ang mga produkto being produced by our MSMEs in Muntinlupa City. Ito po ay located sa ating City Hall. And nung last quarter po ng Christmas, dito po sa first 3 months ng operation ng ating Eco Grocer, kumita po ang ating 18 local suppliers ng more than 800,000 pesos. Next slide, please. Now, the strategies and the upcoming activities to further women's economic empowerment. We need to sustain and train more women to get involved in livelihood. Because ang dami pong potential ng mga kababaihan natin. During the last survey that we conducted in 2015, 70% of the unemployed are women. But not all are by choice. Not all are due to their circumstances, but some of them are by choice because they prefer to care for their families. And with the livelihood training programs, they can help also with the economic empowerment of their families by earning even if they are at home or by doing part-time work. The leverage on creating self-reliant women cooperatives, supporting diverse economic activities such as the women micro-entrepreneurs, urban farmers, fisher folks, and manufacturing. The sustainable economic strategies with heightened focus on environmental friendly products and packaging. Noong December po, nag-issue po ng executive order ang ating mayor discouraging the use of bottled water in all activities of the Muntinlupa City local government. This is to help po yung reduce yung plastic waste na napupunta sa ating karagatan at sa ating mga iba-ibang mga ano yung tawag doon, garbage, saan landfill po. So, ang laking tulong po nito because imagine, there was one activity where we organized where we were supposed to involve 16,000 students. Imagine if we had to purchase 16,000 bottled water 3 times because that is a whole day activity. So, instead of us purchasing bottled waters, we required all the students to bring their own jugs. Actually, nung bata naman tayo, wala namang bottled water, di ba? May kanya-kanya tayong thermos. And this is the goal of our projects to create programs that will help sustain the environment. Yung Eco Grocer po natin, nakalimutan ko i-mention, ilo-launch po natin this year ang trainings on refillable shampoo, refillable hand soap, detergent, and alcohol para hindi na po tayo kailangan bumili ng sachet-sachet. Kasi alam niyo po kami ni Mayor, kami ni Rafi, we are diverse. Pag nagda-dive po kami, you will not believe how many Palmolive, Sunsilk, at kung ano-ano pang sachet at bottled containers ang nasa ilalim ng dagat. And this is one reason kung bakit po nakakahanap tayo ng microplastic sa ating mga isda. And ngayon sa recent news, meron na rin sa hangin. Kaya kailangan po talaga tayo mag-effort para bawasan ang ating footprint sa ating environment. Sustainable economic strategies, yun po. And then sustainable partnerships with various sectors, especially the business, private sectors for shared responsibility and empowering women and girls. Marami po tayong allies na NGOs na kasama natin dito sa ating mga programs. Andyan po ang women NGOs natin from Zonta Club of Muntinlupa. We also have Zonta Club of Alabang. We have Rotary and Lions Club. And we hope we can encourage the other business sectors to partner with us as well. Next slide, please. Our latest training po ay ang water lily production ng baskets and banig. So ito po ay kaka-launch pa lang po natin itong programang to, and ang ginawa pa lang po natin ay training of trainers, and in the future we hope to download this program po para mas marami ang matulungan natin. Kasi alam naman po din natin na ang water lily ay endemic sa Laguna Lake, and also nagigi po itong pollutant din sa lake. So, malaki po nang may tutulong nito sa environment or sa pagbuhay ng lake, ng Laguna Lake ng Muntinlupa. Next slide, please. Dito po, gaya po ng sabi ko sa inyo, marami po tayong partners in the implementation of the programs of Muntinlupa City that will help empower women. Hindi lang economically, pero even po sa health nila, sa education, lahat po ito ay dapat bigyan natin ng pansin. So, andyan po, ayan po ang Zonta Alabang, who always partner with us when it comes to preventing violence against women. And of course, we have the support of the City Council to pass legislation that we need to formalize or to institutionalize the programs for women. And we have the national agencies that partner with us, the OST, DTI, of course, Philippine Commission of Women, the DILG, and other agencies that help support the programs of Muntinlupa City. Next slide, please. Ito po ay isang testimony naman po ng isang beneficiary po ng ating dagdag puhunan. Araw-araw naming itinataguyod ang aming tindahan mula sa pamamalengke tuwing madaling araw at pagbabantay nito sa buong maghapon. Katuwang ang aking asawa, naniniwala akong walang imposible sa taong nagsusumikap. Tama po ba yun? Kaya naman po nandito tayo para suportahan ang mga kababaihan ng Muntinlupa. We also conduct benchmarking and adopting the best practices of our neighboring LGUs, and they also do the same. Dito po sa picture na to, kasama po natin ang LGU ng, if I'm correct, sa Laguna po sila. Nag-benchmark po sila sa ating livelihood, sa ating training center in Muntinlupa City. And we are very open to share our own best practices to the other cities as well. Next slide, please. So let me share, ito, I have to admit, ginugal ko po kung paano i-pronounce yung pangalan na nagbigay ng quote. So, this is a quote from Fomizili Malambo Nguka. She is one of the UN, she is an African politician and one of the members of the UN Council. And she shares with us that there is no greater force for change, for peace, for justice and democracy, for inclusive economic growth than a world of empowered women. We are partners in growing the world. We are partners in growing our future generation. Kaya po kailangan po matulungan, ma-empower ang kababaihan. Next slide. So with this, I would like to encourage everyone to partner with us in our programs, not only in Muntinlupa City, but even in your own cities, that will empower women because ang magbe-benefit po sa pag-empower ng kababaihan ay ang communities ng bawat lungsod ng Pilipinas. Again, maraming salamat po for giving me the opportunity to share our programs with you. Yung mga gusto po lumipat sa Muntinlupa, pwede nyo po. But if you do have programs that you can share with us, we are more than willing po. Dahil kay ang atin pong mga programa, it has to continue to grow. Hindi pwedeng tumitigil tayo, dapat tuloy-tuloy po ang pag-develop ng mga programa. Maraming salamat. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Madam. Kindly stay on stage. Please remain on stage. And this is for the pinning of United Nations SDG pins and distribution of tokens. I just would like to remind everybody and to tell you that when you receive this is for our guest speaker and our resource speakers and panelists. When you receive our SDG pin, that means that you are a partner of Daily Tribune in all its initiatives and programs regarding United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And may we call on... Yeah. All right. So habang pinipin na ang ating SDG pin, tawagin naman natin ngayon ang ating resource speakers. Si Mr. Frederick Imson of PCSO and of course, Attorney Ruel Barba of IPOPhil Philippines. Kindly assist our First Lady, Trina Biason. Maraming pong salamat. At please remain on stage po kasi tatawagin din natin ang ating panelist at bibigyan din natin sila ng ating SDG pins at token. Okay. Pwede pong mag-stay muna kayo diyan dahil tatawagin natin ang ating panelists na makakasama din natin sa ating pagkuha ng picture to document this very important event. May we call on the Chief Trade Industry Development Specialist of DTI, Ms. Rowena San Jose. Mayroong lakad yata kanina na hinahabol si Ms. Ida Chongson. We're afraid that we will miss her, but we were able to give her the pin. And of course, may we call the founder and CEO of Kim Store, Ms. Kim Lato. O isa pa pong picture at sana po ay makasama ulit natin ng parang selfie yung patalikod mamaya ang ating mga participants. Siya nga po pala, yung pong dala ni ating First Lady na bottled bangos ay 100. At ibibigay po yon sa first 100 na dumating. Oo, dito kanina. Kung sino yung unang 100, sila yung makakatanggap. Top 100. Meron din tayong merienda na kanina pa naghihintay sa kanila. Dapat almusal nga yun. Brunch na. Hayaan nyo sa sunod, mas mahaba. Mas maraming pagkain. Maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat. Thank you, everyone. This has been the first ever Daily Tribune Asian Innovation Forum. We hope to see you again. So let us discuss innovation and spread the good of entrepreneurship. Meanwhile, ilabas na ang mga telepono, makipag-usap na tayo sa ating mga kapitbahay, mga katabi, nasa harapan, at who knows, baka kayo ay makapagsimula ng isa pang mas malaking negosyo. Start the networking, mga katribo! Maraming pong salamat.
Hindi ko sila sa munting lupa.